The Black Picasso cleaning up the sport of boxing, speaking facts over the gossip. Haters all up in the comments. I ain't here to be liked, but smash that like and noti button. We don't sugarcoat nothing, just healthy boxing discussions. Thriller, painting these pictures oh so vivid. Applying Duke, Coach K, that straight full court pressure. Only God could judge me, so tell these chumps ducking smoke. Remember one thing that the boxing guys don't like: ugly. Shout out Big Fish and everybody that joins the panel. For all my new supporters, sub to the channel. Like Floyd say, it's easy work. That bait jab with that left hook send them straight to sleep. Experts, we the experts. We never sugarcoat. Tune in to Black Picasso. Sit back, enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.
Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every one of you guys hit that like or dislike button. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, make sure you put some motherfucking Coach K Duke full court pressure on that sub button. And just make sure you ring that noti bell so you can be notified via email each and every time your boy Thriller, aka Ham Rothstein, aka the Black fucking Picasso, because I paint these pictures so vividly with my words on the sport of boxing whenever I feel like it. And once again, fight fans, ladies and gents, welcome back. Now, first things first, man, shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on my Facebook channel. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on my Twitch and my Twitter channel. And as always, shout out to everybody that's in this bitch on YouTube. Salute, salute, salute. Make sure y'all put some motherfucking Coach K Duke full court pressure on that like button. Drop a comment in the chat and let me know up in this bitch, man. But I just want to get straight to it because, of course, I don't want to hold you guys for too long. And so, hold on, let me take this off the screen. So it's being reported that Floyd Money Mayweather has let it be known on many occasions that he would love to sign Terence Bud Crawford, right? So I just wanted to touch up on this topic again because I was probably the first and only YouTuber saying I wanted to see Bud Crawford roll with Mayweather Promotions, even though it'll be a bunch of pros and cons to the situation, right? So I already know a lot of you niggas in the chat or on the playback are probably saying, man, hell no. Why would Bud Crawford sign with Mayweather Promotions when they don't even give us the fights we want to see Tank Davis in at 135 or at 140, right? Because, I mean, the 135-pound division is stacked with a ton of talent. And guess what? Tank ain't fought none of them niggas, right? So conventional wisdom would say it's a horrible move for fight fans and for Terence Bud Crawford, which is one of the cons, that you could point to. Because we already know that Floyd Money Mayweather is going to be all up in the interviews at the press conferences, all up in the videos, making every single thing about him instead of Terence Bud Crawford. And I can understand, as an alpha male, from the outside looking in, such as myself, this shit could be annoying as fuck because it's like, Floyd, my nigga, we know that you the TBE in this era. We know that you've broken every boxing pay-per-view record known to man. We know you've made smart investments by working smarter and not harder, in my Floyd Money Mayweather voice, right? We understand that Mayweather Promotions is not only the past and present and the future of not only boxing, but sports and entertainment. I mean, Floyd, you don't have to remind us of this shit. I mean, please, pretty please, because you have told us this same shit a trillion times over, right? So I can only imagine for a person with a dominant personality would be dealing with the antics of a Floyd Money Mayweather, right? Which is why, I mean, that's another con that you niggas can point to in the chat. I get it. I understand it. It would piss a lot of people off. Hell, it would piss me off because I am a fucking alpha male. However, I've said it before and I say it again. I think Floyd Money Mayweather will be a match made in heaven for a Terence Bud Crawford because, for one, you are aligning yourself with one of the most recognizable fighters in the fucking world, especially in boxing, in Floyd Money Mayweather Jr., right? And Bud doesn't have a dominant personality. I mean, let's be honest, he really don't have one at all, which is a pro that I can point to. You understand what I'm saying? That's my point number one. My point number two, and more importantly, is this. Terence Bud Crawford ain't never been concerned about being the center of attention in any room, let alone dealing with the media or doing interviews or trying to promote himself and his brand, right? And that is where I believe Floyd Money Mayweather will work wonders for Terence Bud Crawford in his career, because let's be honest, Bud ain't interested in doing none of the fluffy shit anyway. Bud just want to get in the ring, kick ass, so he can go back to Omaha, you understand what I'm saying, to kick it with his wife and kids. You feel me? So I think that's where Floyd and Leonard Ellaby will be a perfect mouthpiece for him in order to garner the attention of the boxing casuals who know nothing about the best fighter in the world, which is Terence Bud Crawford, because he deserves way more adulation and praise than what he gets on a day in and day out basis, which is another pro that I can point to. But we also have to keep in mind that the PBC has already came out and said that they wouldn't be willing to give Bud what he's worth for a fight with Earl Spence, which I think is fucking nonsense, because let's be honest, this is only the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. The fight sells itself. Now, do I think it's going to do Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather numbers? Absolutely not. Once again, in my Floyd Mayweather voice. But I do see this fight potentially doing 400 to 500K pay-per-view buys. Hell, maybe even 600K. You understand what I'm saying? But Floyd is on record once again saying he will be more than willing and able to pay for an Earl Spence versus Terence Bud Crawford fight, which is excellent news to niggas like me, because I'm going to be honest, I'm one of them dudes that don't think the fight is going to happen. I'm one of those dudes. But the only way I think this fight would happen is if Terence Bud Crawford. I know y'all niggas don't want to hear this shit, and I know y'all gonna tear me up in the chat, but I'm cool with it. I'm cool. I'm willing to take the fucking hits, right? I think the only way this fight is going to happen, or the best opportunity for this fight to happen, is if Bud were to align himself with Mayweather Promotions, not the PBC, even though we know they kind of one and the same, but I think he needs to roll with Floyd Money Mayweather. And I understand that Floyd and Al Heyman can't make Spence fight. Hell, can't nobody make these fighters fight if they don't want to fight. But I would feel a hell of a lot better about that fight happening if Bud went with Mayweather Promotions. I'm going to just keep it a buck. I know y'all niggas don't want to hear this shit. I know we all want Bud to keep his flexibility and try to pull a Canelo or try to, do these one-off fights and shit like that. But let's be honest, Terence Bud Crawford is boxed in right now, y'all, because the bridge is burnt with Top Rank. You can kiss that Josh Taylor fight fucking goodbye. That fight is off the table, right? Right off the goddamn rip. You can kiss that shit goodbye. But that's just my personal opinion on this shit. And I genuinely believe that Floyd would have Bud's best interest at hand. I truly do, because we all know Floyd don't give anybody credit, especially niggas like Canelo or anybody that he feels like that's a threat to his goddamn his legacy, his boxing legacy, right? But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I can play several interviews right now. I can roll several excerpts, and read this shit verbatim of Floyd Money Mayweather saying nothing but glowingly things about Terence Bud Crawford. You understand what I'm saying? Hold on, let me get a drink of water, y'all. Hold on, pardon. But yeah, man, whenever Floyd has been asked about Terence Bud Crawford, he always say, he's the best fighter in the world. He's always said that he would love to work with him. He's always said that he's pound for pound number one. And he reminds himself of a young pretty boy Floyd because he can fight his ass off. I mean, as a matter of fact, let me pull this picture up just in case y'all think I'm capping, because Floyd has said this shit on many occasions. I don't know if y'all can see this shit or not, but let me read this shit verbatim. Let me pull it up on my phone. Hold on, y'all. Where is the picture? Where is the picture? All right, here we go. So when Floyd was asked, he was like, when he was asked about Terence Bud Crawford, Floyd said, and I quote, "Terence Crawford doesn't have to be under my company for me to give him props. If he's ever a free agent, I would love to work with him. If he's free, I know what I can do to take him to that next level." That's one quote. Here's another quote coming from TBE in this fucking generation, whether you niggas like that shit or not. But Floyd said he reminds himself of a young Floyd Money Mayweather, meaning Terence Bud Crawford. You understand what I'm saying? So this is the type of shit that Floyd always say about Bud. I've never heard Bud say anything bad about Floyd, on or off the record. So I just think, man, in my personal opinion, I think Floyd would be more than willing to make the fights that we all want to see Bud in. Of course, the majority of those fights are with the PBC because we want to see him fight Keith Thurman. We want to see him fight Earl Spence. We want to see him fight, Charlo if he were to move up to 154 or Castano. You understand what I'm saying? So why not just go ahead, bite the bullet, man? Do whatever the fuck you got to do, whether it's a 2 or 3 fight deal with Mayweather Promotions or something like that. I mean, it could be a joint ventureship. I don't fucking know. I'm just throwing out all kind of possibilities in order for Terence Bud Crawford to become the household name he deserves to become. I'm just saying because in my personal opinion, man, I could be 1,000% wrong about everything I just mentioned in my open soliloquy, right? And I'm cool with that because I'm pretty sure you guys can make a ton of points that's going to point against every fucking thing I just said. But I think at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, I think Floyd, along with Leonard Ellaby, will be a good fit for Terence Bud Crawford moving forward, man. So whether he want to do a 1 or 2 or 3, 4, 5 deal, I don't know. I mean, how many years does Terence Bud Crawford really have at this level anyway? I mean, honest to God, I don't fucking know. But I just think, man, he would be more than willing to throw Bud in there with anybody opposed to what he's doing with Tank because let's be honest, Tank is all Floyd got at the moment. At Mayweather Promotions, Tank, I mean, and he probably don't believe in Tank's skills, but we damn for sure know that he believes in Bud's. But those are just my thoughts on this shit, man. Let me go to this chat. And then, of course, as always, I'm going to drop the link in the chat and let y'all come on and rock and state y'all opinion on this shit. As a matter of fact, give me 1 second, y'all. Let me go grab my fan. Hold on. Oh yeah, all right, y'all. We back. Matter of fact, let me move this shit off the screen. Hey, yo, man, I got about 35 people in here with 26 likes. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Please, please, please hit that like button. Please, please, please hit that like button for your boy E Thriller. Whether you agree or disagree with me, I really don't give a fuck. Which is why I let y'all niggas come on and pop y'all shit. Whether y'all want to debate me on some shit or not, I really don't give a fuck. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna do what I do anyway. But back to the chat I go. Let me start from the top. Shout out to my boy Herbie, man. Weaver in the building, man. He said, "What up, E? Sheets, B Mac, Bo, Big Fish, Poetic, and Mosquito Spray." Yeah, man. Shout out to the squad, man. I appreciate you for tapping in with me tonight, Herbie. Salute. Shout out to Keenan. He said, "This a false narrative. Why would Crawford sign with Mayweather this late in his career? Makes no sense. Why he got to sign with anybody? Going the Mayweather Canelo independent route." Great point. Like I said, there's going to be pros and cons to everything that I said tonight. I'm pretty sure we can all make valid points. I'm just giving you guys my personal opinion. But great comment, bro. I can't really disagree with nothing you said. I hope you're right about that. I hope he's able to bust moves and finagle his way to get, the fights he wants without signing to anybody. But I'm just giving you guys my personal opinion. This is my opinion, not y'all. But salute. Shout out to my boy Demetrius, man. He said, "What up, E Thriller, my brother? Hit that like button." Yeah, man. Smash that like button. Put some motherfucking Coach K, Duke, full court pressure on that like button. And sub up if you're new to the channel. Please. Shout out to my boy Demetrius. What up, Lash Puma? I see you in the building, man. He said, "What up, E Thriller? What's popping, man?" And I appreciate you for hitting that like button, my G. Salute, salute, salute. We've been missing you on the panel, bro. Make sure you tap in tonight if you can. Okay, y'all just going there. Okay. Yeah, salute to everybody in the chat, man. Big dog, salute, 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 salute. Shout out to my boy WJ, man. I see you. He said Bud should sign with Floyd if Floyd can get the Spence fight for him. I agree, bro. I mean, at this point, why not? I mean, why fucking not? I mean, I know y'all can point to everything. Like my boy, who was that? My boy Keenan just said, Keenan Lofton, shout out to him. I know y'all can point to all that shit. I know y'all can point to the stuff that I said about Floyd not putting Tank in the fights that we want to see him in, like Lomachenko, Gary Russell, We want to see him go up against Josh Taylor because he went up to 140. We want to see him fight Devin Haney, the current unified champion, and George Kambosos, Ryan Kardashian. Garcia. I mean, it's a plethora of fights for Gervonta Tank Davis to, take or have at his disposal. But for whatever reason, Money Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe have been reluctant to put Tank in those fights. And even though I think Tank can win all of those fights, he could lose them as well. Maybe that's why they're, being so cautious with putting their prized possession in the ring. But I don't think they would do that with Terence Crawford. I think Floyd Money Mayweather would throw Bud in the ring with anybody because I genuinely believe he feels like he's the best fighter in the world. And he'll kick everybody's ass at 147 and possibly at 154. But who knows? Who knows? But shout out to WJ, man. I see you. Demetrius also said, I would do a fight-by-fight basis. Not a bad idea, though. Great point. Great point. Shout out to my boy, Wayne Hennessy. I see you, man. He said, salute the Black Picasso. I appreciate you for tapping in, my G. Salute to you as well, my brother. Shout out to my boy, Gator. I see you, man. He said, E-Thriller B-Mac talking that real boxing talk. Salute to you, man. I appreciate you for tapping in as always, man. As a matter of fact, when my boy B-Mac in, I'm going to drop the link in the chat in just a hot second. Shout out to my boy, Bo, man. Shout out to the squad, man. I see you up in there. He said, salute, E-Thriller. What's popping, bro? I got to get your take on this shit. Oh, shout out to Miss T. Hey, yo, stop what you're doing right now. Even if you're listening to me, make sure y'all go sub up to Boxing Fans Talk TV, man. Shout out to Miss T in the building. I see you. Salute, salute, salute. Let me see. I got let me check on these likes. Okay, I got 36 people in here with 34 likes. Please hit that like button, y'all. The other 2 people, please, 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 please. And I do have a current poll going on this topic. And right now, y'all are saying no. I asked, should Terence Crawford sign with Mayweather Promotions? 52% are saying no. 48% are saying yeah. So, I mean, a lot of y'all are not opposed to the ideal of Terence Crawford joining forces with the TBE. You understand what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I'm going to keep an eye out on the poll throughout the show. But salute. Lash Puma said, Bud let his hands do the promotion for him. That's a good point. But, Lash Puma, let's be honest, bro. That shit is only going to get you but so far right now, especially when you're a fucking Black American fighter in the USA from Nebraska, Omaha, Nebraska, at that. I mean, let's be honest, bro. It wouldn't hurt to have a nigga like Floyd popping the shit for you. I'm just going to throw that out there. I mean, why not? The shit wouldn't hurt. The shit would hurt because, like I said earlier, Bud ain't interested in doing media and interviews and shit like that anyway. So why not have Floyd come in and promote you the way that you're supposed to be promoted? Because Bob Arum wasn't doing it. Bob Arum was just shitting on Bud every chance he got. You understand what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Shout out to my big bro, General Big Fish in the motherfucking building. He said Bud needs to sign with Jesus. Floyd can't make miracles happen this late in his career. He should have signed with Floyd back in 2018. Too late. Damn, boy. God damn. Ooh, you so goddamn negative, boy. Sheesh. Lash Puma said, what up? Yeah, man. Shout out to my brother, man. Gator said, got mad respect for Big Fish. He got more heart than his boy Spence. Yeah, man. He gonna get in and tap in. Shout out to my big bro, B-Mac, a.k.a. the motherfucking Undertaker in this hole, man. He said, General Big Fish trolling again. Man, you already know, bro. Man, he'll be happy as hell if he signed with Floyd, bro. But salute. Shout out to T-Town, the CEO. I see you. He said, at this point, whatever gets the fight done. Good point. I'm at that point too, bro. That's a hell of a point. That's a hell of a point. Shout out to Miss T. She said, depending on how his contract, he can't give Floyd too much control, mainly because of the type of man he is. 2 alphas, I don't know. Good point. I said that earlier, but let's be honest, Miss T. Bud ain't really interested in being the center of attention. I mean, yeah, we know he wants to be promoted, but is he really interested in going and doing interviews on ESPN, Fox, Showtime, and shit like that to promote his fights? I think not. And I'm a huge Terence Crawford fan. Probably the biggest motherfucker on YouTube as far as I'm concerned when it comes to supporting Terence Crawford. But I got to keep it a buck. I think Floyd would work wonders for him. In that aspect, I really do. Make sure y'all smash that like button, though. Smash that like button. My boy B Max said, "What it do, E Thriller?" Yeah, man, I'm about to drop the link in just a second for you, big bro. I know you got an interesting take on this shit because we all know how you feel about Floyd Money Mayweather. Okay, y'all just going back and forth. Yeah, man. Salute to B Mac, man. Shout out to my boy Silas King. You said, "What up, B? What's popping, my G?" I appreciate you for pulling up. WJ, okay, y'all just saluting each other. General Big Fish said, "I'm dead serious, B Mac. God damn." WJ said, "Hit that like button." Yeah, man. Put some pressure on that like button, man. Please, please, please put some pressure on that like button. Hold on, y'all. All right, let me see. Where was I at? Shout out to my boy Baby Juju, man. He said, "Salute E3, what's popping, bro?" I appreciate you for tapping in, man. Salute. Shout out to my boy Mexico in the building. I see you. He said, "What's up, my brother? I pray that you and your family is doing well." Yeah, man, we doing much better, bro. I mean, we still got a few hiccups here and there, but we trying to work our way through it, man. God damn, my battery going dead. Hold on, y'all. Let me find my charger. Hold on. Yeah, man, I'm back, man. My apologies. Can y'all hear me? Y'all let me know if y'all can hear me in the chat, man. My goddamn battery went dead. Let me see. Let me see. Where we at? I bet. All right, shout out to my boy T's boxing spot, man. He said, "I think so." Okay. Okay. Gator said, "General Big Fish talk that talk. You and B Mac bring that boxing drama to the channel." Big facts. I totally agree. Shout out to my big brother, man, Mosquito Spray. He said, "What up?" in the chat. And E Thriller, what's happening? What's popping, bro? Salute. I appreciate you for pulling up. T Town said, "Shouts out to the Black Picasso. Keep pushing for greatness." I appreciate that, my brother. I truly do, man. I appreciate each and every one of y'all in the chat. Shout out to my boy Davy John. I see you, man. Where you been at, boy? He said, "What's good, E Thriller, my guy? What's popping?" I appreciate you for pulling up tonight. Shout out to my boy Joseph. He said, "What up, E? What's popping?" Hey, yo, shout out to my boy D-Town Blaster for that $5 super chat. I really appreciate that, big bro. And you already know what time it is, bro. Yeah, man. D-Town says, sup E3 and B-Mac. Hope y'all doing well. Sup chat. Sup private fish oil. Earl Stipend Spence. Gonna find more ways to avoid the real boogie man. Salute D-Town Blast. I appreciate that super chat, my brother. I really do. Mosquito Spray said D-Town, call that boy private fish oil. Yeah, man. Shout out to Lonnie Barnes, man. Spence about to be cornered by Bud, Ennis, and Ortiz soon. Good point. Let me see. Demetrius said Floyd will promote the fuck out of Bud and himself too. Hey, man, that's big fat. Like I said before, Terence Crawford is the best pound for pound king. But like I said before, like the way that I did things in my day, I mean, these guys can't. I mean, he was easy. I mean, we know what Floyd gonna say, Demetrius. I mean, it is what it is, man. He gonna make everything by himself, but I think he'll still help Bud, man. I do. Baby Juju said, I'm mad as fuck. The Cowboys lost. I was talking shit all week. Hey, bro, I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, and I knew we was gonna lose, bro. See, I'm one of them fucking realist Cowboys. So I'm not the over the top. I'm not the nigga that's gonna tell you that we gonna win the Super Bowl every year. Like, I'm not one of them Cowboys fans. And I tried to tell my boy D-Town Blaster. I tried to tell him. I mean, I don't mean to put him on the spot, but when he hit me up the other day when I was live asking me about the boys, he was like, "What we gonna do?" I tell him what I told you, D-Town. I said lose. You understand what I'm saying? I knew the rights was on the wall, bro. But it is what it is. Gator said, good point earlier. Bud should do a fight-by-fight basis with Floyd. Don't trust Floyd that much, so fight-by-fight sounds like best advice. Yeah, man. That's not a bad idea, bro, especially if he going to get you the fights you want. Because you done let it be known that you really want Earl Spence. You done try to become his mandatory. You done went to the WBC. I mean, you done did all this shit. You done went to the ocean. You understand what I'm saying? You've been calling this nigga out left and right. So we know you want the fight, bro. So let's just stop the bullshit. But and let's not say that the fight is past you or behind you. Because we're not trying to hear that shit, nigga. We know you want this fight. We know you want it. We know you want to put hands and feet all over Earl Spence. And I think you're going to stop him if the fight were to happen. I truly do. B-Mac said E-Thriller had to take a shit. Oh, man, don't do me like that, big bro. Nah, I really had to go find my charge. I'm using my son's computer, and I'm usually on my MacBook, but my MacBook been tripping. But so far, so good with this computer. I just didn't know the battery was going out. But salute, B-Mac. Let's see. Demetrius said if Floyd can't get him the Spence fight, Jermell Charlo right around the corner if he beats Castano. Yeah, man, that's if he gets past him. I'm picking Castano to win that fight. I'm just throw that out there. Let me see. What happened to the audio? Yeah, man, my shit had broke out, man. Yeah, man, B-Mac flaming my ass up, man. So let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and drop the link in the chat. Somebody want to come on and rock with your boy, the Black Picasso, and give me your take on this whole Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather potential match made in heaven shit, or do you think it's a disaster waiting to happen? Y'all let me know. Okay, I appreciate that, Davey. Anthony Washington said, I wouldn't count out Top Rank simply because of the lawsuit. If they feel they can make money on Crawford fight, they'll pay for it. I don't know, bro. I think Bob is a snake, bro. I don't know if you can sue Bob and then turn around and do a fight with him. I just don't think that's realistic. But then again, it's business. You might be right, bro. Let me see. Davy John said, I've been here, haven't been in the chat, but been putting that Coach K press on that like button. I appreciate that, my guy. Salute. Let me see. Damn, my shit tripping. Hold on, y'all. All right, here we go. D-Town said, it's all good, E3. I lost big pet. Bro, you bet on the Cowboys? Oh, my God. How much did you lose? I mean, if you don't mind me asking, bro, next time you got to consult with me on this shit because I do the football shit, too. I know a little bit about my Cowboys. So next time you need some help, bro, just let me know, man. I'm here for you. Dirk Banks said, I've seen enough boots beat him all. Man, y'all niggas got to slow down with this boot shit, bro. Y'all niggas just taking this boot shit way too far. He ain't did shit yet. Nothing. Nada. D-Town said, Dirk, I'm with you on that. But let me go out to my boy E-Mac. You're live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holler at me, bro.
Big E, how you feel, my brother?
I feel great, my brother. How are you?
I'm all right, man. Well, salute to everybody.
Hey, it's always a special occasion whenever you tap in on the show, man. So I feel lovely. Go ahead.
Hey, man, you special, man. You the Black Picasso painting all the pictures, baby. You know what I'm saying? So I'm honored myself, man. Real talk, man. Salute to everybody in the chat, man.
Yes, sir.
Big Fish, Latch Puma, Bo, the rest of the crew, everybody, D-Town. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing, man. You know I love you, man.
Yes, sir.
You know I love you, right?
Yeah. I already know what's coming. Go ahead, break it down. I already know you gonna disagree. I know how you feel about Floyd. Hey, did you hear me say it earlier? I said I know D-Mac coming. I know he gonna disagree. Go ahead.
I love you, man. But hell no.
Why not, D-Mac? Break it down for
hell no.
Go ahead.
Look, man, he spent his whole career in the dirt grinding from nothing, getting all the way to this point. Watching guys like Floyd do what he did, because he was one of the young guys who idolized Floyd, man. Floyd is one of his idols. So he saw what he did growing up in the sport of the game, getting away, doing his thing. The minute he get away to do his thing, they go and they hear the thing about, and they went and talked to PBC. Soon as he a free agent, the first thing out of PBC mouth is what? We ain't got no money to give him what he want, even though we ain't even talked to him. So why am I going to go and sign with Floyd to be a slave to him when he can't guarantee me the fight? They already said they ain't got the money to give him, or they not going to pay him what he been getting. That's pretty much what Tim Smith was saying. We ain't paying him what he been getting. So why do that and say? Well, I hear people say fight by fight basis, but if you ain't gonna give me the fight right off the top, then I'm a slave to you. I just got free. I'm a slave to you. So if you're not gonna give me the fight off the top, which they're not, because Tim Smith just stamped it. He just stamped it. That nah, man, we not paying him. So what are you doing? You're gonna go over there, then the next fight you're gonna do is you're gonna fight Keith Thurman.
Yeah. And
then, or somebody like that. And then you might get the fight, two, 3 fights later. But guess what? PBC, they don't have no schedule. No. So when the fuck you gonna be idle for? They fight once a year. I mean, Earl Spence Jr., since he fought Ocampo back in 2018 of June, has only fought 3 times.
Yeah, I've said that. Yeah.
I mean, Keith Thurman has been idle. He's fought 2 times in 5 years. Gary Russell Jr. has fought 5 times in 6 years. I mean, why? You your own boss. Man, look, the fight it's a big fight. We as fans, we all want it.
Yes.
But if you cannot negotiate that thing on your own, bro, don't go over there and be a slave to that contract and what they got going on when these dudes ain't making no money because they ain't fighting. I don't care how much you get on the back end and this, that, and the other, but guess what? You not getting it if you ain't fighting. Look at Adrian Broner. I mean, how idle is this dude? He was begging them to give them fights. Yeah, man, keep me busy.
Very vocal about not getting.
Yes, keep me busy. What are y'all doing? Y'all gonna make me rob somebody? I don't want to go down this route.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So they got too many fighters to go over there. You could say, man, you come over here, you gonna get nigga. Who's fighting? Who's actually fighting? Man, do not go be a slave to Floyd and the PBC. He a grown man. I'm going to support him whatever way he go. Y'all right about, hey, well, you know what? If he was, it's great to Floyd to help you promote and put your name out there. But Slim, you got money. You got money. This to me for Crawford, it's not a money thing. This is a legacy thing. Right now, he wants to fight. He wants that fight. It's not about money. He got money. And he not gonna get Floyd money. None of them gonna get Floyd money. It's not happening. None of these dudes getting Floyd money. None of them gonna get Canelo money. None of them. None of these dudes.
So let me ask you this though, B-Mac. Let me pick your brain on this. It's being rumored that Floyd has said out of his own mouth that he's willing to pay both of the fighters to make the fight happen. What are your thoughts on that?
If he pays the money and he gives that fight right then and there, I will take that fight. If it's got to be the fight. He can't sign with a promise of, hey, I'm gonna get you to fight, because that's what he ain't called for now. Man, I'm gonna get you to fight, or I might get you to fight, because the word on the street is Al Heyman don't guarantee you shit. He'll give you a contract like this and say, look, I can't guarantee you that fight, but what I can guarantee you is that you won't get the fight if you don't sign.
Yeah, that sounds like some PBC shit.
You understand? Yeah. So look at Manny Pacquiao. What happened? He signed, thought he was getting Floyd. Remember when Floyd caught his ass in the arena? They was talking that shit to each other right before he signed. Fight is on, me and Manny. This, that, and the other. Everybody got hyped, thought it was going to be Maypac 2. And then he signed and shit, and he signed with PBC. That motherfucker, they fleeced the shit out of Manny Pacquiao.
Floyd threw it in his face because he basically said, you work for me now. You remember?
Exactly. Exactly.
Ooh, man, you gotta
come on. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe, man. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. So, for me, hell no. Unless that thing is right there signed, hell no. I'm gonna let Miss T or somebody else jump.
Okay, yeah. So basically, it needs to be in black and white, or hell no.
Hell yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, it got to be black and white right then and there. The next fight, I'll give you the fight, but this right here. I mean, y'all got to sign this fight right now, not 2 fights later or some shit like that.
Okay. Well, let me read this super chat, and then I'm gonna go to Miss T, B-Mac. I'm gonna put you on mute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, yo, shout out to Silas King for the $6.99 super chat. I really appreciate that, bro. All right, Silas King says, smash that like, support the best boxing talk channel on YouTube. Hey, bro, I'm humbled and I really appreciate that. All right, so here's what we're going to do. Miss T.
What's up?
What's popping? How you feeling, Miss Ma'am?
I'm good. How you fellas doing?
I'm doing much better now that you're on the panel. Go ahead and say what you got to say in pertaining to this Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford situation.
I lined up with B-Mac.
Okay, go ahead.
I lined up with him because they are the type of alpha males. I don't think it's kind of like putting 2 bulls in a pasture full of cows. I really see Floyd like that. Floyd can't help himself, and was one of the biggest Floyd Mayweather fan. I still am, as far as what he do in the ring. But Floyd cannot help himself. He's going to demasculate any man that he around. He just can't help it. And something is going to happen. It could be something as simple as Floyd telling Terence, you got to do this. And Terence be like, no, I don't. And right there you have it. You know what I'm saying? And
kind of like some AB and Floyd shit, huh?
Yeah.
I think that's why they don't get along. Yeah, AB is definitely an alpha male. Go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, now you good. Now, and that's what's going to happen. So if Floyd, if I was to go into contract with Floyd, if I was Terence, it would be specified. You can only promote me for 2 fights, but the fight got to be with Spence. And after that fight, the only other fight you can promote me for is the undisputed at the next weight level, 154. That's it. Any other fights you cannot promote me with, and it's case by case. And that's the only way that's going to work, because somebody can, Bud can, we see he can hold his tongue and keep his composure.
Yes.
But at least for one fight, he could keep, if Floyd get out of pocket, Bud can hold his composure as long as he get that Spence fight. And when it's done, their business is done. Now, if Floyd want to come back, give me the undisputed. Outside of them two fights, don't even go that route, because Floyd gonna be Floyd. And I don't think that's going to sit well with Bud.
Okay, good points. I mean, I can't argue with none of the points that you and B-Mac made. Hell, I made them earlier in my opening soliloquy. So I get it. It's a lot of pros and it's definitely a lot of cons whenever you're dealing with a guy like Floyd Mayweather. So I get it. Me personally, I know I couldn't do it.
Yeah, I couldn't do it either. I couldn't do that. And you're right about the promotional part, though, E. You're very much right.
Okay.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. He could use the promotion. He could use a mouthpiece like Floyd to help promote whatever he could. I get it. You're absolutely right. But at what cost? That's the thing.
Good point. Let me go out to Bo, y'all. Bo, you live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holla at me, fam.
Hey, how you doing?
Great.
What's up, Bo?
What's good, shipmate?
What's going on?
Go ahead, Bo. I mean, what you think about this topic, man? Should Terence Crawford align himself with Money Mayweather? Go ahead.
I believe he could do it on a fight by fight basis. And the way I would do it, just have Bo Mac, line up the contract. Because remember, Bo Mac, right? He is his manager, so he did line up a good contract with Top Rank, despite Bob Arum not giving him the fights he wanted. So I will place those same restrictions on a Floyd Mayweather as he did on Top Rank. And be like, look, we do a fight by fight basis. The first fight I want is either going to be Spence or Charlo. If I can't get it, then don't talk to me. Like that's the route I will go, because the thing is, it just, Bud is 34. You know what I'm saying? He ain't getting no younger.
Right.
And we know other fighters are avoiding and stuff like that. So the only person I think that will actually fight Crawford is Charlo. I still not confident in Spence actually taking a fight with Crawford unless Crawford turns about 36, 37 years old. But that's just my thing.
Okay. Good points, Bo. Is that all you got to say, bro, before I go out to J-Mac 504?
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, J-Mac, you live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holla at me, fam. How you feeling, bro?
I'm feeling good. What up, y'all? How y'all doing?
It's popping,
What it do?
Good, J-Mac. What you think about this situation? Break it down.
Man, I'm a little torn. If he needs to sign with PBC, it should be with Floyd. I think Floyd got the mouthpiece. I think Floyd can say a few things that can actually make the fight happen.
Yeah.
If we trying to go that route. If you got Floyd out here saying Errol Spence don't want the fight, that's gonna resonate some waves. He can't say Floyd just running his mouth and what have you. If like Floyd really get out here and get behind Bud and start pushing for the fight, I think we'll have the fight next if Floyd get in Bud's corner. I know somebody spoke on him being alpha male. I don't think Bud, see that little Tank Davis shit he doing, like how he hold Tank hand and gotta speak for him and shit like that. You're not gonna do that with Bud. Bud ain't that type of dude. It's just a different type of energy, a different type of respect. Yeah, Floyd can't help himself, but Floyd doing that to a dude he feel like he gotta help and put Tank in those situations. He wouldn't have to do that for Terrence. But he could speak for his speaking out and saying Spence not trying to make the fight. Once Floyd said that shit is just
it's gonna hit home, bro. Good point.
Spence ain't gonna be able to hide it. Spence ain't gonna be able to sit nowhere around it. And then the tables gonna turn and everything. So my thing is, if Crawford want to, I'm gonna do whatever Crawford did. Like what I realized about Crawford was what he was doing in the beginning. Everybody kept saying what he needed to do. People wanted him to leave his contract, spend money, do the Andre Ward, do the Mikey Garcia, and pretty much get shelved and shit. But the dude got the discipline, and you can tell why he a great fighter because he do things his way and how he want it done. And now he's going about it the way he should have went about it. Got out of his contract. Now he about to take care of business where it won't hold him up in court while waiting on fights or something like that. So I mean, like I'm torn with it. If he do PBC, I think it's shown to be with Floyd. I don't think he's doing anything where it's just depending on L. I mean, like I said, can't guarantee shit. And yeah, he ain't even taking care of all his fighters over there. So
Right. Big facts.
don't get me going. I was just
That's what
going.
B-Mac was saying earlier. Good point.
Yeah, he ain't taking care of his fighters over there. Al Heyman, he did some great things for the sport, but I think a lot of people give him a lot of praise more than he deserved, man. And like I said,
Yes.
this sport is changing around, and I really can't stand it. So I'm definitely Bud is one of the guys that's out here trying to make fights and making excuses.
Yeah.
How many fighters you got out here besides Shakur? Maybe Devin right now.
Mm,
Actually, really trying to fight anybody.
mm.
Andrade, like name them. Who else?
There ain't that many, bro. It's not that many.
So
Good
I mean,
point.
like I said, Bud, I think Bud should get what he need to. I
Mm.
can't say which one he need to do, but I know if Floyd got behind him, it'll probably change some things up. So that's my answer.
I agree with you, J Mac. Hey, yo, man, hold on, y'all. I got about 67 people in here with 49 likes. Y'all motherfuckers hit the like button, man. Hit the goddamn like button. It don't cost nothing. Please hit the like button. Please, please, please. Right now, we got about 58 votes on should Terence Crawford sign with Mayweather Promotions. 50% have said yes. The other 50% says no. So it's even right now. We're going to see. But let me go out to my big bro, Mosquito Spray. You live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holler at me, fam. How you feeling?
Pretty good. How about yourself, man?
Doing
And
good,
everybody else?
man. Much better,
What
bro.
it
Go
do,
ahead.
Mosquito? What
How you
it do,
doing?
Mosquito?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening?
Go ahead. What you
Shit.
think about this Mayweather situation? Do you think Bud should sign with him?
Yeah, I've been listening to everybody. Everybody, got good points about, how, Mayweather could help, as far as further him being able to get the fist fight and or, promote himself better by doing it on his behalf. But at the same time, Mayweather, now don't get me wrong, in the ring, brilliant fighter, brilliant boxer, but outside that ring, man, egomaniacal asshole. You know what I'm saying? And hence the reason he be making the tank press conferences of Floyd Mayweather press conferences and all that kind of stuff. And it just I didn't like I forget Miss T was saying about how Crawford is his own man, an alpha male just like Mayweather, and they would eventually probably clash behind some shit Mayweather said or did that he didn't agree with.
Mhm.
And Crawford is still he's in his around his mid-30s, but he's still a hothead. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he ain't gonna take certain shit, especially when it's talking about his money and his livelihood, and feeding his family. And
Mhm.
it might just make it real bad. So what I would do was kind of like how Mikey Garcia, Canelo, stay independent, just do things on a fight by fight basis. Another group or person we're leaving out of this, man, who I think would be the best to deal with, will be the MTK Global / Eddie Hearn. They're gonna get you big fights, legacy fights, and they're gonna get you paid. And then you can go get some of that UK money too. So I just don't, let's see how it play out or whatever. But yeah, and then if Spence don't want to fight, it don't make a difference. He signed with Barack Obama. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's made a difference get him to fight.
Yeah, I said
This
that
cat don't want to
earlier.
get him. Yeah, so it just depends, man. They got to be sure that this guy wants to fight, or they can, I guess smoke him out, and make him come out and fight, or whatever, by shaming him to death or whatever. But maybe that may not even do it either. If this dude just don't want to fight, he's gonna lose, and it won't make a difference, man. And
Yeah.
and then what other options are there? And then plus, Charlo and Castano are both PBC fighters. That's not a guarantee neither. If Al Heyman feels some type of way or something, or because everybody has to. I think they got something in their contract or something, man, where they got to speak highly of this dude every time. Where everybody, oh, I want to thank Al Heyman. You can't say nothing bad about
Yeah.
it. And so I just don't know, man. I wouldn't want to, go from being, under top rank to going right back to being at the mercy of another. Putting your livelihood, the ability to earn and do what you want to do in another man's hand. You know what I'm saying? And
Great point.
it just got to make sense, man. And it got to make sense for him first and foremost. And Floyd Mayweather, man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I just don't know.
Great points, bro. Great points. Let me see. Let me go to the chat. Shout out to my boy Nino, man. I see you, man. Hey, yo, make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Please hit that like button. Please, please, please. Yeah, man. Let me see. Let me make sure everybody. Yeah, everybody can come on, man. Unmute your mics. Pop your shit. Yeah, I think everybody made great points, man. Like I said, it's pros and cons to this situation. Of course, I said what I said about Floyd, and and I agree with most of y'all. I mean, I know personally I wouldn't be able to deal with the shit that comes with, being under the Mayweather banner, but maybe Bud would be able to deal with it because we just seen what he did with Bob. But to your point, Mosquito Spray, does he really want to do that shit again when he just got from under a nigga that, was shitting on him and throwing dirt on his name? And so I don't know, man. I don't know.
But what about Jay Prince?
What about him, Miss T?
I mean, could he help Bud? He worked with Shakur, right?
Well, did he manage Floyd at one point when he was with Top Rank? And
yeah, but I think they did. Oh, damn.
Yeah, so
yeah. Aaron told the story of how he had to go up there to the Top Rank gym, man. Blood everywhere. Elabit, a whole bunch of cats got the hell beat out of him.
I think Floyd owed him money. He said that in his book.
Yeah, because Mayweather was gonna have his last fight under Jay Prince, and Prince wanted his money up front. I guess he had calculated the numbers already. He came up there to collect. Jay Prince. You don't tell him no. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to answer a question, James Prince could get the fight still. Managers make fight. James Prince is a powerful person. He's a powerful manager. He knows his shit. So yes, he could. Going back to Floyd, I don't think it'd be that much of a thing with Floyd, because Floyd would do what he's supposed to do, is promote, run his mouth, talk, say what he say, and say the right shit. And I think actually him and Bud, when I think about it, I don't think that'd be a bad collab. Floyd, I don't see Floyd saying shit about Bud. He gonna say Bud do what he's supposed to do, whoop ass in the ring. I'm gonna do all the talking. That's what promoters supposed to do anyway. So either way, like I said, Tank get treated like a little kid to me. That's why Floyd do that shit. That's why Floyd feel the need to do that. He ain't gonna do that shit with Bud. Bud don't need nobody to do that. But I think I can see him being a mouthpiece, and I can see him getting Floyd just certain situations and getting past that. Like, see all that dumb shit they got going on in these YouTube channels and all that bullshit. I can see Floyd kind of melting some of the narratives away, and actually just while Bud doing it, kicking ass and taking names, Floyd doing it, talking outside the ring like a promoter's supposed to do anyway.
Good point.
Yeah, the only problem with that is that Floyd is only useful after you make the fight. He's not going to talk down or bad against Spence because that's talking against the PBC, and he's not going to do that. He's not going to say that.
Did you see that press conference he had? I think with Tank in his last fight, he kind of alluded to some of the fighters on the PBC ducking fights. I took that as he was talking about Errol Spence.
But he's not going to call his name, because see, if they don't want to make the fight, and then Floyd's not going to go against Al.
Hold on,
if they don't want to make the fight, he's not going to go against Al and say, "Well, Floyd's scared. He don't want to make the fight because that's Mayweather's promotional company." Him and Al is like they tight. They won. They won.
That's not true. That's not true.
That is true.
That's not true. Once you become Floyd's fighter, that means you're under Floyd's promotional company, and with his promotional company, now he got to make fights. So with Floyd, I don't see why he not, like you say, he loyal to L, but he not loyal to all them niggas on the PBC. So if they get in the way of him making money, Floyd go do what he do best. Somebody just said Floyd's an asshole. Floyd's an arrogant asshole. So why would Floyd let a little dime ass nigga run around with these fake ass numbers, run around here like a fucking he a pay-per-view star, and sit out here, sit on his hands like he can't, like he a cash cow and shit, asking for these stupid ass percentages? Floyd goes blow his shit up and call his ass out, and then ain't
nobody gonna do that on the PBC, because just like Floyd say, we all gonna keep it in house. This is all PBC. Yeah, he said he had Floyd Mayweather Promotions, but he didn't say that we gonna keep it in Floyd Mayweather Promotions. He said we gonna keep it at PBC.
If Floyd
so they are one.
If Floyd got to get his hands on a mega fight like that, I don't care what you talking about. I don't care what nobody say. Floyd will go get his fucking money. So he's gonna
get the money once Al say that that's what they're gonna do.
Nah, L don't run. L don't run shit like that. Like you think y'all think
Floyd don't run
shit
Al.
like that.
Why you think Floyd run Al?
No, I ain't say Floyd run L. What I was
That's
saying
what I'm
with Floyd,
saying.
what I said with Floyd with his promotional company, he need to get paid. And if Bud signed with him, now he needs to get Bud a fight. That's the difference. So
It's
whether
all
L came with it
PBC
or
though,
L,
fam. I hear
hold on.
what you saying, but he's not gonna talk. He's not gonna talk down on another PBC fighter because unless he gets that say so from Al. Al runs that. If
I
Al
hear
and
you.
them
I
don't want to
disagree.
make the fight, he not gonna talk down on Earl about not making the fight because it's not Earl's decision. It's Al's decision.
Yeah, but
So
my only
he's
thing with
not
that,
gonna
D
do
Mac,
that.
Wait.
my only thing with that is that Al, to me, he just seemed like he just want to make money. You know what I'm saying? So I think if Floyd do come in, come in the game, be like, yo, we need to make that fight. You know what I'm saying? If Earl Spence don't want the fight, then you know what I'm saying, we gonna have to move on. Because Al just care about numbers. That's the impression I get for Al. He just care about the numbers because they in the need for money as it is right now.
Yes, sir.
Mm. So tell me something. What wasn't Earl Spence and Keith Thurman a money fight?
It is a money fight, but
Okay, did it happen?
that has nothing to do with Floyd Mayweather,
But
right?
no,
Exactly.
but I'm saying it didn't happen, right?
Right, but they don't have. You
Right.
can't
So if
compare.
it's money,
You can't
right?
compare
Floyd
that.
don't have no fighters up in the tank.
If he had Bud, he would make it a money fight.
Yeah. So now all of a sudden he got Bud. Y'all think he's gonna overshadow what Al say?
Bruh, if you don't think he's a promoter and trying to get paid,
Bro,
I
he's
don't
not
think
a
you know what
promote. He
Bud is.
promotes himself and try. I know he tried to get paid, but that's not on his terms. You talking about Al Heyman is a P? I mean, Earl Spence is a PBC fighter. If he sits there and down and say something against Earl Spence for his fighter, he's going against Al. He's not
So
going to do that.
let me ask you a question. If Floyd tried to sign him, what you think he'd be signing Bud for?
He be signing ball for himself and PBC.
So what's the biggest fight as a promoter? Anybody can collect a purse or
I'm
whatever
agreeing
from.
with you, J Mac. Only thing I'm disagreeing with you is saying is that he's not going to
Okay.
talk dirty to him in the
All
public.
right, you're right. All right, well,
That's
shit. All
all
right,
I'm saying.
you're right.
That's
You're
all I'm
right.
saying.
Yeah,
Well,
y'all
you
both
know
making
that
good points.
PBC has money problems, and if they go at the pace that they going right now, Al Heyman will be in his mid to late 90s before he could pay back them investors. So that might be something to factor in when PBC go forward trying to consider, either they gonna on purposely derail themselves and take the bankruptcy because you know how this country is, um, or they gonna do a concerted effort to make the money back so that they can pay their investors. And Floyd is tied up in it because Floyd is invested too. So I really don't know. I hear everybody what everybody's saying, and I agree for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
But with Bud and Floyd, that's iron and iron. Like I just see them
Mm.
clashing at one point. Floyd is going to try to man him, whatever what y'all call it, son him. He
Son,
gonna do it. He gonna do
Nah,
it.
I don't think
nah,
so, Miss T.
that's
I
not
don't think he gonna
happening.
do that with Bud. I
Floyd
don't
go
think so.
Floyd gonna have this real recognized real. I know y'all think. I know we know Floyd or we got this thing, but he ain't gonna do that with Bud. Like it's too much respect, and Floyd gonna know what it is. Floyd gonna try to get these dudes the fights he need to, and see Bud ain't no scary ass niggas the way he got to worry about him not wanting to make the big fights. So it ain't gonna be no
Exactly.
Sunday, and it ain't gonna be no. I need you in here with this now. For us, them sitting down and taking care of business with Bud clearly showed if he can let Bob and him have their issues and still take care of business, I'm sure he could take care of Floyd. Like I said, it's some good things to it and it's some bad things to it. I would pick if he was to sign on the PBC, it would be they were the promotions. As far as what somebody said was signing with Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn already said he ain't got nothing for Bud because he ain't got no fights over there. And he's
It is,
already
man.
being managed by Kenningham or something. The nigga that's supposed to
Yeah, Clanahan. Yeah,
yeah,
MT
that's supposed
Global.
to be
Yeah,
the
you're right.
bypass for MT Global. So I don't know about signing with them because he already got the management on his end of the money and that dude power. So he got some powerful some situations working in his fight, but he made Errol Spence, Errol Spence going in another direction, so he might just focus on something else at this point.
Hey, and to your point, J Mac, hey, I don't think a lot of y'all realize how close Floyd and Bud is behind closed doors. I think they are a lot, pardon me, closer than shit up here.
Oh yeah, they are.
Yeah,
They are.
they
So
got each
that's
other
why I think
numbers.
it's a
No, they
respect
tight.
factor. I don't think Floyd would come at him like that.
I don't think
I could be capping,
I
but
don't think so
I just
neither,
don't think
man.
so.
I don't think so neither, man. You look how Ward and Bud was like, man, like Bud he just carry himself like a dude that you respect. I don't see Floyd disrespecting dude like that. Like he not no little tank ass nigga. Like I mean, he do that to them little niggas like that. Nah, I
What
don't
I
see that
be
happening with Bud.
what I be
No.
thinking also is how big is Floyd's desire to stick it to Bob? Because Bob still owe him 11 million from the Zab Judah fight.
Good point,
That's a
Miss T.
good point. Yeah.
I never heard of that.
Just now thinking about it, Miss T, Floyd could have been in Bud's ear this entire time and helping him build this case against Bob. You ever thought about that? That's a good
Yeah,
point.
that's possible.
So I
Oh,
mean,
Miss T,
hey,
I'm a little I'm in the dark on that one. I've never heard of the 11 million. So if he owe him, why he ain't sue him already?
Floyd was, I guess, so busy trying to get from under Bob. And Bob dropped the ball because Floyd didn't pay that much to get out his contract. But that's how stupid he was. He devalued him, black fighters in general that much. He probably had no idea Floyd was gonna blow up like he did. But I've heard Floyd say out his mouth personally, like in the video clip, he said, and this is how he said, I had some problem with Bob. He don't say have. He'd be like, I had some problem with Bob. He still owed me 11 million from the Zab Judah fight. I was like, 11 million? And you ain't gonna get that?
Yeah, I don't believe Floyd was getting paid 11 million at that time.
I think that's pretty much. I don't agree with that. I think
it could have been like back in.
I
I
think
don't know.
I'm gonna do my research on that, Miss T. I ain't never heard that.
Was Floyd still with Top Rank when he fought Zab Judah?
I'm not sure.
I think Zab Judah was
with him.
Yeah, I'm not sure either.
Nah, I thought Zab Judah was with Don King.
He was with Top Rank and Zab was with Don King. Floyd was with Top Rank and Zab was with Don King at the time. That was after the Baltimore fight.
They must got some shit going on to where if Floyd is owed 11 million, he can't go ask for it. Because I mean, somebody spoke on how Jay Prince was fucked up in the Ellaby.
Well, that's what I was about to say too.
And stuff. So they may have some things going on with, but Mayweather knew that money just ain't worth going after and stuff like that. So like I think that sometimes in the boxing niggas just be talking and say this and say that, and that might be just one of them things that sound good, but when it all balances out, it ain't really like that.
And it also could be that Floyd just a fuck nigga, because at the end of the day, if he do owe you 11 million, you forget that he saved your ass when Jay Prince was on your ass. So, you wouldn't worry about no 11 million then. Nah.
I'm looking it up now. Yeah, I'm gonna put myself on mute.
Good point, B man.
Hey, my thing too is
that shit.
Errol Spence has been called out by the PBC before, because I remember him tweeting something criticizing the guys in the suits. He was like, I forgot exactly the words he was saying, but he was saying like the guys in the suits were like trying to run him basically, because that's when they was trying to push for that Terence Crawford fight, and Errol Spence, I guess wasn't ready at the time.
Yeah,
and you said Errol Spence said that?
Yeah, it was on Twitter. I think he
was on Twitter.
He posted some shit. That's when he went on like a little rant talking about how he believed in himself and he chose the short money over the money up front that Top Rank was offering him.
Yeah, that's Earl though. That ain't Floyd. That's Earl saying something.
And I also remember Floyd saying that I gotta find that video. Floyd said that he said that Bud was the best, but he also said it was a while back when that era wasn't ready for Bud.
Yeah.
They should I remember that video. I'll probably have to pull it up to remember, but you just said you remembered Picasso?
Yeah, I remember it, bro.
Okay. So I mean, so Floyd have said some things on it. Like I still stand on the Floyd If he became his promoter, he'd have an investment to look after, and I think Errol would he'd be on that chopping block. How many of y'all think Bud beats Charlo at 154?
Shit, I do.
Shit, I do.
I
He'll
do.
submit him.
I think they beat him easy.
Okay.
Charlo felt like a caveman. He done fell up that power that he landed one punch and everybody
Wouldn't
gonna
it be
fall
tight
out.
though? Like y'all gotta be some real Bud fans, because wouldn't it be tight to see Bud like challenge himself to a dude, if catch him clean, possibly hurt him and shit like that? Any of
Yeah,
y'all
I
feel
think
like
he could.
it'll be a challenging fight to where you kind of y'all think he'll beat him, but is it more of a closer chance of him losing than at 147?
Charlo
Well,
can box, man.
What you mean as
Charlo
far
can
as
fight and he
going
can
up
box.
against Spence and Charlo, which is the higher risk? Is that what you're asking?
My
I'm thinking
question
about
is, like, I
Charlo.
tell people, Bud go fuck all them niggas up at 147. I ain't worried about him losing that one fight at 147. But if he move up to 154, which I do want him to move up, if that's what the direction he's going into, and get that undisputed possibly. But to me, the chances get higher on him losing, because that's bigger dudes. I mean, he's skilled than them dudes, but at the same time, them dudes still bigger than him. Any of y'all are concerned about that aspect of it?
No, because
I
Bud has
mean,
been on record of saying that he don't care about losing. I heard him tell I think who was that? Fucking Teddy Atlas or some shit like that. He don't care about losing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he don't
No,
even
it's
think
not
about
the
it.
question about losing. I'm talking about the challenge in the fight.
I mean, I'm
Right.
not worried about it, bro.
I'm
I
about
think
to.
Bud got the
Yeah.
tools to beat all them niggas, honestly.
Okay.
I'm not saying he can't lose, but I'm not worried about it. No.
Check it out.
no, I'm not
I
either.
think he'll win, but he'll have some moments. I think the first come to the weight class, I don't think you need to go right to Charlo. I'd fight somebody like Lubin first, somebody like that. Make sure you're acclimated to the weight, then go after the champion. But
I think
Charlo can box. He that Derrick James shit that just made him fall in love with his power. He fight like a fucking caveman all the time now. That's why Harrison boxing so easy. You know what I'm saying? Because when he stopped handling, you know what I'm saying? He stopped handling and somebody else. Whoever was it the Julian Jackson's son, wasn't it? John Jackson, I think. Stopped him or whatever. That's when he was still running Shields.
Yeah.
Whatever. He all of a sudden fell in love with the power, man. Like he Deontay Wilder or something. But,
He be loading up on the shots, bro. You fight like a Frankenstein. Okay, man.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
always on that
he just
caveman
up,
shit.
you know what I'm saying? Like
Hey, hold on, y'all. Shout
the
out
body
to
shot.
5 Citron, man. You live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holla at me, bro.
Yo, what's going on? What's going on?
What's popping, man? How you been?
Hey, I'm good, man. I definitely think Terence should sign with Floyd, man. I just think like Floyd got the money backing him. Floyd's always about getting those big fights, man. You can say what you want about Tank or not, but he was securing Tank that bag as well. You know what I'm saying? At least pushing the action. Like that Tank and Rolly fight, it wasn't the biggest fight, but it was a fight people was clamoring for. You know what I mean? Two personalities. Whereas on Top Rank, man, they can't get nobody to fight each other. You know what I'm saying? Even the zone, they having problems with like prospects even fighting each other. You know what I'm saying? So Terrence is already like pound for pound. He's already like he's pound for pound in my eyes. He's pound for pound, right? So if he gets with Floyd, you already know Floyd backing him. He's gonna give him that bag and then a big name. Fuck around, have him fight Canelo or some shit. But as far as 147 to 160, I don't see nobody fucking with Terrence, bro. I really don't. That's just my honest opinion.
Okay, good point.
Y'all know, all due respect, y'all know that 5 Central is a big Tank fan, right? So
He said
let's make no mistake here when he's saying, he gonna give him the big fights, and Tank ain't had a big fight, and
What
Rolly
Tank
is.
fought Pedraza like
So
off the
that's his
rip,
only
you know what I'm
solid
saying?
fight, but that's not a big fight. That was
What you
his
talking about?
championship
Pedraza
fight.
was a champion.
Yes,
He
that was
fought
a
Leo Santa
yes.
Cruz,
That
another
was a
champion.
championship fight, but that wasn't this big fight, bro.
Hold on. So Leo Santa Cruz isn't a champion? Leo Santa
No,
Cruz
Leo
that's a
Santa
champion?
Cruz
champion.
The
pulled up.
same Leo
He
Santa
was a
Cruz that beat Abner
126
Mares.
pounder who's going back to
I'm saying,
126.
the same dude that
5,
built their back that beat
Bro.
Abner Mares
5. You gotta stop this shit, bro. Listen, bro.
and hold on.
You just
No,
said
no,
people.
I'm
Hold on.
glad I got
Wait
there
a
now.
minute. Hold on,
I'm
bro.
glad I
Can I
got
make
there.
my point? Can I make my fucking point? You just said that people were clamoring for a Javante Tank Davis and Rolly
Nobody was
Romero.
clamoring for that
Exactly.
bullshit.
Are
Yeah,
you
that would
kidding
have
me, bro?
sold. Hold on,
Who wanted to
that
see
would
that
have
shit?
sold. Listen, that would have sold more than this the Isaac Cruz fight.
Yeah, they would have probably got 65,000 instead of 55. You right?
See, they started their arena with Isaac Cruz. There was so much pay-per-views with Rolly though. Like people know.
Yeah,
Rolly
they probably got 65,000 pay-per-views instead of 55.
I'm not saying Rolly is the biggest name out there. Nobody's saying that.
You said people were clamoring for the fight.
But people were clamoring. Yes, there was excitement about the fight.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't, bro.
It's two personalities. It's like
you gotta stop, man.
It's like
listen, don't speak your fandom on nobody else on here. Nobody clamoring for that. Nobody was clamoring for that.
Nobody want to see that shit.
I'm saying, like y'all saying Leo Santa Cruz ain't a champion. Y'all
saying we didn't say he wasn't a champion.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all saying he's like a
we didn't say he wasn't a champion. You say he got in all the big fights.
Last time I was on her, y'all was like Leo Santa Cruz.
You ain't never heard me say that shit.
And because I don't know if you was on there last time, but I'm just saying y'all was like, oh, Javante being Leo Santa Cruz don't mean shit. And I mean that's a big fight.
Hey, y'all see this is my problem with y'all Tank fans. Y'all sit up here and make all these excuses. I call it straight down the middle. Tank ain't fighting no fucking body. He's sitting around here.
Hold on. Excuse for what?
Let me finish my point. Let me finish my point. See, you want to overtalk me because y'all got to make excuses for his ass. Floyd still holding his hand, man.
What
Floyd can't do fight no fucking body. This dude that
calling him out? Who's calling him out?
My point.
Who's calling him out?
Everybody didn't call Tank out, man.
Who?
Man, Lomachenko called him out. Devin Haney called him out. I mean, everybody called Tank out.
Nobody ain't ducking no. You see, y'all on that little Ellaby shit talking about he a fucking star. Nobody ain't ducking no Tank Davis, man. He got
nobody's really pushing for a fight either.
Ain't nobody pushing for what fights with Tank? Are you kidding me?
Who sent Javante a contract?
Man, everybody been trying to fight Tank, bro.
Who sent him a contract?
Who sent him a contract?
Hey, hold on.
Devin Haney everybody want to fight.
Nobody can't send him a contract when he out here claiming that he a fucking A-side and he not. Devin Haney to fight him.
Listen, you put him in. Listen. Okay, listen. There's two things that we can for sure for Tank, right? Anybody you put in front of him, he's taking them out.
Yeah, he's taking out bombs. You're right. He's taking out bombs. Niggas that do DoorDash.
First point. So Leo Santa Cruz is a bum. That's what you're saying?
Yes. Bomb.
Yes.
Bomb. The nigga twitches head every time he punch, bro. People tell me about his old telegraph.
Oh, come on, God. So who's hold on. So
fuck out of here.
So who's Canelo been beating then?
Oh, there you go.
Talk about it. They just go back out to Canelo.
Canelo got to do with
talk about it then, bro. Because your boy Canelo's been ducking smoke from Andre for the past 5
years. Stop, man. Hey, look, you can't do this 5 cents.
Let's talk about it.
We just said that. What are you saying?
Who's your theorem?
Said that. Now what? Now let's get back on Tank.
Who's your theorem?
Hey man, look.
Who's your theorem, bro? I thought we were talking about Tank.
Bro, you acting like niggas wanted to see him fight you.
Yeah, Cruz is a bigger name than you.
Yeah, we in agreement with you. We don't care about that fight.
Exactly. Nobody don't care about no
Hey, Five, you gotta talk about Tank, Five.
But guess what? Tank got a bunch of fucking yields.
Let me say one more thing y'all can cook. Y'all saying all this shit, but every big fight that Canelo's been in, it's been controversial. They're like, we either lost or
when you gonna talk? We were talking about Tank. Why you still on Canelo?
Yeah, because it's double standards. There's a double standard.
Five, check this out, Five. Hey, Five, check this out.
We all black on this panel.
Bro, don't wait a minute. Don't try to play the race card. I do not play the race card on my channel. If you can't make your fucking points, then exit the premises. We're not gonna play the race card.
I'm gonna chill on that.
Hey, Five, check this out, man. You might have a point about the whole Canelo situation, but right now we're talking about Tank.
Thank you.
That's what we're talking about. You can't deflect.
So hold on. Who's been fighting longer? Like, listen, Tank. He didn't burst into the scene till like 4
You want to clip his toenails too, bro? You want to clip his toenails?
Oh, hell no. Come on.
Goddamn, bro. Tank can't do no wrong.
See, here we go with that, man. Here we go. Clipping toenails.
Hey, let me tell you what my problem really is with Tank. Tank struggled in a fight. He claimed he broke his hand. I don't believe he broke his hand. That was a fucking built-in excuse. They found it, and I think they lied about it. Tank says on the stage he don't have to fight none of these 135 pounders when he's at a weight class loaded with talent. He can clearly make fights. He can stay this.
He's trying to fight Cambosis. What are you talking about?
Cut me off. You gotta cut me off because you're an emotional ass Tank fan, man. Like, y'all dudes
No,
don't.
I mean, it doesn't make sense. He's not trying to fight
Y'all
nobody.
dudes don't win.
He's trying to fight Cambosis.
Hey, time out, man. Hey, let that man talk first, man.
Hey, let J-Mac make
Hey, let that man talk first, man. Cause I mean, you got so much energy. Let him talk, man. Cause you talking Cambosis with he wasn't talking that shit when T.O. had the belt. He wasn't trying to fight him, man. So let J-Mac say what he got to say.
I can't wait.
Hold on, y'all. Go ahead. Wait a minute, Five. Let J-Mac speak, and then I will let you rebuttal. Go ahead, J-Mac.
Like I was saying, what I struggle with Tank fans because I got to deal with this shit. This like some new day boxing kid daycare bullshit. They make all these excuses for a motherfucker that ain't fighting no fucking body. Tank is fighting tailor-made fighters that's handpicked so he can look good and they sell a fucking narrative. Tank, if he's so good, he'll fight all them dogs at 135 instead of getting on a press conference and when they ask him who he go fight next, he say, I'm the cash cow. Motherfucker, you ain't no cash cow with cash. The reason why you are a cash cow is they pay your ass that little bitty ass money and give your ass that little bitty percentage and you make money. Your purse and your guarantees ain't high enough for them to be complaining about the little money they making off your ass. And that's what I'm talking about. Leonard Eller be running around here spinning narratives and he got all y'all lollipops running around here talking this bullshit.
Right.
Trying to fight no fucking real dog. And Mayweather been keeping his ass on child protection with the fucking locks on the back door when Mayweather got to open the shit for him to get out. I'm not about to sit up here and act like Tank's fighting no fucking killers. He had 135. He got champions he can prove instead of talking about it and get in the ring with, and he ain't trying to fight none of them motherfuckers.
All right, hold on. Let me let Five rebuttal. Go ahead, Five.
All right, so here we go. Like I said, the first thing I said was, I ain't say he up here fighting the fucking top of the top, cream of the crop. What I said was, he's beating dudes better than any of these other dudes beating. Haney ain't fought nobody. Fucking Shakur just beat Jamel Herring. You know what I mean? Lomachenko finally lost the motherfucking, what's his name? Fucking Tio. What I'm saying is, whenever you see Tank in the ring, he's getting them guys out of there. So that's why he's making that money. He's selling those tickets. People are coming to go see him anywhere he goes at. He sold out ATL. He sold out his hometown. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying he was cash cow. That he's selling out. People want to go pull up and see him. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying he's beating the hardest niggas. He didn't get there yet. Because realistically, Javante didn't show up on his scene until like 4 years ago, mainstream wise. You know what I mean? So y'all can hate on him. My thing is like, why y'all hate on him? You know what I'm saying? I'm putting
Hey, Five, check this out.
Hold on. Let me talk. I ain't
let him finish, y'all. Let him finish. Go ahead.
I ain't saying none of y'all though. I do want to see him fight type dudes. And if the thing he's saying right now is he wants to fight Cambosis. So I don't even see why you on his ass right now. If it's been only about 4 years of him on mainstream and he's actually selling more tickets than any nigga y'all said, like fucking the Haney's on them niggas. Because we'll keep it real. Haney ain't selling no fucking tickets. He ain't even making that much type of bag for real. And nobody fucking talking about, yo, I want to go to a Haney fight. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep it a buck right now. Over a tank fight. Let's keep it a buck.
They ain't got nothing to do with fighting, player.
No, I'm just saying, because he's talking about all that shit about cash cows.
They ain't got nothing to do with fighting.
I'm saying he's selling tickets, though.
Hey, selling tickets ain't got nothing to do with fighting, man.
Bumps, though, and knocking them out, though, at least.
Hey, Five, can I talk now? Five.
I'm just saying, in conclusion, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to fight Cambosis. That you should give him props for that. You know what I'm saying? And
no, I'm not giving him props for that. No.
Hey,
hell no.
No.
Hell no.
Okay, so wait a minute. Hold on. Then I'm going to let Bo go. If he can't get Cambosis, what's wrong with the Devin Haney fight or somebody else like that?
I would love to see that. Because your boy Devin Haney got his ass beat by Shakur Stevenson and fucking sparring. I'll talk about it.
Okay. All right, go ahead, Bo.
Somebody that lighter weight to him.
Oh, my God.
It's on Bo, y'all. Go ahead, Bo.
Hey, Five. How long has Tank been fighting professionally?
For years. I'm just talking about mainstream.
A little bit like probably about 8 or 9 years, right?
I said mainstream. Mainstream. I'm talking about
no, professionally. He's been fighting like 8 or 9 years, right?
Yeah. How long has any of these niggas we talked about been fighting?
Nah, I'm trying to go somewhere with this. Now you said this dude is the cash cow, right? How you the cash cow?
He's a cash cow. We all know Canelo sells the most.
Nah, but you said he was the cash cow, like I guess of the low weight division. So my thing is, how is he
facts. Besides Vasily, yeah, facts.
So my thing is, out of the whole 8 years, he had a chance to fight Lomachenko. He didn't want to take that fight.
What?
He had a chance to fight. Nah, he didn't want to take that fight.
My God, Lomachenko wasn't taking fights. What are you talking about?
Floyd Mayweather.
What the fuck out here?
They were not ready for Lomo. Go ahead, Bo. Finish your point, bro.
When he had a chance to fight Devin Haney, because remember Devin Haney said he beat the shit out of Tank and Spawn. Why he didn't want to fight Devin Haney?
Nobody's believing that shit. I see Devin Haney get bought up by Shakur Stevenson. Everybody talk that shit, but
Yeah, but
He's
you act
talking
like Tank Davis could beat Shakur Stevenson.
I
like
believe
Shakur Stevenson a bum or something.
Hold on. We talking on this Devin Haney shit, and he got beat up by Shakur and somebody in a lighter weight class, right?
But you talking like Shakur Stevenson is a bum or something.
I'm saying like
hold on. So is Tank a bum? Answer that question for me.
Hey,
Is
one
Tank a bum?
second, guys.
Bro, I see what you like to do, bro. You like to deflect, like nigga. You want to be the real Reeves and shit. Bo, go ahead.
No.
E-Thriller, check your private chat. I gotta bow out, guys.
Yes, ma'am. We'll do.
Check your private check. I sent you a link. That's the closest I can get, but he's on tape saying it. But go ahead and read that link.
Okay. All right. Thank
you. Take care, Miss T.
All right, fellas.
Take care, Miss T.
Okay.
All right.
All right, take it easy.
Hey, let me get on this Tank thing.
So let me just finish up.
Hold on.
Let me finish, bro. Go ahead, Bo.
So this is my thing, right? Like I don't know if you grew up with Tank or whatever the case is. You know, I'm not sure. Like my thing is like I grew up in Baltimore. I'm not originally from Baltimore, but I grew up in Baltimore, right? And I can tell you a lot of cats in Baltimore ain't really fucking with Tank like that because he's not fighting the fight that everybody want to see.
Well, I can tell you this much: when he fought in Baltimore, his hometown, he sold that bitch out and knocked somebody out in that fight. I forgot who he fought.
Everybody can sell out their hometown.
We know it. We get it.
Let me finish though, because he was on regular TV and sold that shit out. But all I'm saying is, that time when he was supposed to fight Lomachenko, quote unquote, Lomachenko wasn't trying to fight anybody. He had a rivalry with Terence Farmer. I don't know if y'all remember that. Him and Terence Farmer was going at it. He was like, all right. He said, listen, you win your next fight, me and you can get it on. And Terence Farmer ended up getting his ass beat up by, I think, JoJo.
That's not true.
Man, he didn't even want to fight Terence Farmer.
He
didn't want to fight Farmer. He didn't want to fight Barry Russell.
That's not
true.
Hold
on, y'all. Hold on real quick. Hold on, y'all. Let me read. Hold on, five. Hold on, bro. Hold on, bro. Let me read this super chat, and then I'm gonna let J-Mac go. Shout out to my boy Dirty Red for the $5 super chat. He said Javante Davis still got training wheels. Why folks still call that man Tank? Dude, new name is Tricycle. I appreciate that comment, bro, and that super chat. All right, J-Mac, it's on you, bro. Go ahead and say what you're gonna say,
bro,
and then I'm gonna go to General Big Fish.
Dog, like boxing. What the fuck? What is this sport now, man? You got this dude. First of all, he's reflecting everything. If he's not talking about fighting nobody, he's talking about what the fuck he's selling. Nobody gives a fuck what he's selling. You care about shit like that. I want to see Tank fight the best fighters in the weight class. I don't like these niggas running around talking and selling wolf tickets because all that shit sounds tough until they get in there and get their ass exposed. Tank ain't fighting none of these guys that you claim that he wants to fight. Yes, he did turn down Lomachenko. Yes, he did avoid fucking Tevin Farmer many a times before Tevin Farmer ended up losing to Jojo Diaz. So don't sit up here and act like Tank just almighty was in there trying to get him. Because I remember when he was being held back, trying to fight him outside when Tevin was walking up on him, just trying to get in the boxing ring. Them niggas always want to fight outside the ring when a real dude in there trying to approach him. And that's like the shit the Charlos do when Andrade be on their ass and shit like. But I don't understand these new day boxing fans. They always want to talk in concert tickets, popcorn sale, hot dogs, drinks, and all this bullshit ain't got nothing to do with the fucking fight. And Devin Haney, and you talking about a cash cow, guess who the real cash cow is? Devin Haney. Devin Haney is the one getting paid the big money. So stop all this
6-7 million
about fucking Tank Davis being his A side. That's what Elena Ellaby, Mr. Monopoly looking ass, be telling y'all ass, and y'all run that fucking I hate these Tank fans, man. God damn.
Hey, I feel you, J-Mac. Let me read this super
chat.
That
man Mr. Monopoly.
I'm gonna go to General Big Fish. Hey, shout out to my boy Eric 1984. He said, shout out to one of the best boxing channels. I appreciate that, bro. Salute. All right, General Big Fish, you live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holler at me, big bro. How you feeling?
I feel great tonight, man. How y'all doing? What's up, B
What's
Mac?
up, big fish? What's up,
Mosquito,
baby?
man.
What's
D
going on,
What's
baby
Thriller.
happening?
boy?
What's up, man? I just wanted to chime in real quick. Before I do this, I need to make sure that everybody that is on blood pressure medication, please pop an extra dose right now. I'm gonna give y'all 5 seconds to do that.
I'm muted.
Uh,
I'm
Oh,
muted, man. So I'm gonna pop
okay,
up
okay,
here.
you good? You popped it. Okay, okay. The question of the night: will Terence Crawford sign with Floyd Mayweather? And the answer is no. He will not. He is too arrogant, too cocky, and not. I don't. I'm not gonna even use the word intelligent. I'm not going to insult him like that. But I don't think he has the right business acumen to make the right decision and sign with the man who can help him the most. Y'all, I've heard everybody complain about signing with Floyd. It's not gonna bring any good fights. Hell, he hasn't had a good fight yet. He's never had a mega fight, never had a super fight. So where else to go from here? But up. He's already at the bottom. He's in court right now, suing Bob Arum. I've heard people on this panel tonight talking about he only cares about his legacy. That is horse manure. He cares about money. That's why he's trying to sue for them scraps that Bob didn't pay him. So the answer to me is no. He's not gonna sign because he's with B&B Promotions. I think that's ran by Brian McIntyre. And when he wants Bud to sign a fight, he wants to make sure that it's an extra meatloaf for him in the contract agreement. So I don't think he's signing with Floyd, man.
Can I
That's
go
what I
first?
think.
Can
So
I
let
go
me
first?
ask you this. Hold on, then I'm gonna let J Mac get you. So do you think he should sign with him?
Yeah, I think he should sign with him. Where he's gonna be blackballed. He can't fight with anybody the Top Rank has on their roster. He can't fight anybody that PBC has. What's his name? Eddie Hearn already said he can't use him. He don't have any fighters for him to fight. De La Hoya, where is he gonna go? To Oscar De La Hoya?
No.
Where is he gonna go?
All right, go ahead, J Mac, and then we go to B Mac and
All
then
right.
Mosquito Spray. Go ahead, J
All
Mac.
right. I popped my blood pressure medicine. This is where it touches subject for me with Terence Crawford. How long you been watching the sport, man? That's a question. How long you been watching sport?
big fish, he talking to you.
He talking to me?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
talking
Yes,
to you,
sir.
bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, man, I've been watching it for probably longer than you have. I'm sure.
Like, tell me, like, how long? How long?
Hey, man, I'm a '70s baby, man.
Okay, so you got me in age. I was born in '86. So, all right, you got it. But I'm a little confused at how thrown off that conclusion is. If you've been watching longer than me, like you got to be living on a different planet or some shit like that, and
It's an
inhaling whatever they
opinion. It's an opinion. So you
ball.
can disagree with it. I'm sorry. Go ahead. My
No,
bad.
I'm disagreeing with it, but I'm shooting that shit down because it shouldn't get no play on here. But how you say he ain't fight nobody when he undisputed at 140?
Who did he beat? Who has he beat as a Hall of Fame?
Hold on, see,
Who? Okay,
let me
you asked
correct.
me a question, so I'll
Okay,
tell you why I say that. Who
go
has
ahead.
he beat that's going into the Hall of Fame?
Hey,
Let me know that.
listen, homeboy, listen. All these fighters that we talk about, they don't have to have Hall of Fame wins to take away what they did because it's undisputed. No matter what you want to credit it as, he beat qualified champions, dude that was in the way at the weight class. You niggas, excuse me, let me calm down.
No, you can say
You
that. You
dudes
can say
act
nigga.
like
Go ahead, J Mac.
these niggas at
Go ahead.
147 follows him from 140, 135 on their way up, and Bud avoided them niggas. That's why I don't get these old rag doll ass fucking arguments. You can only beat the dudes that's in the way of you in the weight class. Now, if these dudes was in his weight class and Bud for some reason they fight him at 135, 140, 147, then you would have an argument. But the fact of the matter is, them same niggas that you say he ain't beat, they was somebody ranked, they was somebody with a belt, they was somebody in position for him to beat him. So you can only beat who's there to be beat. Them niggas wasn't at 140 or Sean Porter. Danny Garcia was the only one, but he got his ass up out of there after he paid Victor Postar step aside money twice. And guess who went and took care of that lightweight for Danny? Oh, Bud did. So all this, who he beat, you know why he can't beat nobody at 147? because they start coming up with this cross the street shit. Everybody was making fights. PBC made fights who the fuck they wanted, so Terence Crawford moved up. All them niggas, when Danny moved up, they welcomed Danny to the weight class. Danny didn't have to prove shit. Danny was at 140. He was unified at 140, not undisputed, unified. But everybody wanted to make the fight happen. But when Bud moved up, undisputed champion, like if you've been watching boxing for the past, you say in the 70s, so you know when you move up from undisputed, that's something you could get a fight with the undisputed champion, definitely, or a champion at least moves up and fight the other champions in a weight class. It's always been a respected tradition and what have you. But oh no, not these PBC ass niggas. So since you feel like he need to fight one of them niggas in order to prove himself, I say otherwise. I
didn't say that. I didn't say
okay,
that.
well,
That's
your
what you
argument
talking
saying
about, bro.
your argument saying who he has to fight and have proof. I don't see why we even bring that up. He just knocked Sean Porter ass out, and I bet you was one of them niggas saying I don't see him knocking Sean Porter out.
Hey, you can watch the what I said again on the playback. I didn't say none of the shit you talking about.
Okay,
I said the man hasn't had a super fight in his career. He's on the shelf right now. He's disgruntled. So therefore,
who has a super
why
fight?
not sign with Floyd Mayweather?
Okay, who at 147 had the super fight?
That's
who at 147 had the super fight? Since we talking super fights,
why we got out? You are deflecting. I'm not about to go back and forth, bro. We talking about Bud Crawford. We're not talking about everybody else. You want to try to talk about everybody else, but Bud. No, we talking about what Bud has done. We can go one by one.
Bud Crawford had the super fight.
Let me answer the question.
I'm sorry.
Where are all these super fights that you're talking of?
Hey, we talking about Bud Crawford, right?
Yeah, what is?
Okay, we talking about Bud Crawford, so we can agree that Bud hasn't had a super fight, right?
I won't agree with that.
Hey, B-Mac, excuse me. I'm sorry, B-Mac. I'm talking to. I want him to answer that question. Just before we move on to Earl Spence, can you say yes or no? Has Bud Crawford had a super fight?
No, Bud hasn't had a super fight.
That's the whole point, buddy. That's the whole.
Well, I don't agree with that because he has had a super fight.
Hold on. I got it. You just said he hasn't had a super fight. I answered your question. So don't close the book like you just dropped something, nigga. Because I still got a point to make.
I'm done with you. I'm done with this dude, man. I'm done.
Who's the super fight?
You can talk to B-Mac or somebody else.
I know, because
we talking to you.
I got you.
Yeah. Hey, General
you
Big
bring
Fish,
that up.
General Big Fish. What Hall of Famer has Earl Spence beat?
Mikey Garcia.
Oh, what? A lightweight?
Mikey Garcia.
Mikey Garcia will not go in the Hall of Fame.
This motherfucker named a lightweight.
if Mikey Garcia going in the Hall of Fame, Amir Khan going in the Hall of Fame.
No, he ain't.
I don't see what Mikey Garcia did any more than what Amir Khan did.
Mosquito spray got my back on
Mikey Garcia is proud of stepping in the ring with Earl Spence is a 4-division champion.
I don't care.
And from 26 to 35, he was a brilliant fighter.
I don't care. James Toney ain't in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, he going in this year.
Well, he just got it because he wasn't. So beating who? Robert Easter? Yes.
No, not.
Yeah, right.
At the lower weight.
Hey,
so my thing is this: if you gonna say Michael Garcia is a Hall of Famer, then you gonna say Terence Crawford had a super fight because anytime you fight for undisputed, that's a super fight. I don't care who the opponent was. That's a super fight.
That's true.
There you go.
That's true.
My bad. Shit, you're right.
That's undisputed. If you're an undisputed champion, you got for 4 belts. That's a super fight.
That's not a super
I don't care
fight,
what your opponent was. That is a super fight. You're an undisputed champion. That's something that very few people ever do.
When Crawford fought that African dude, I don't even know his name. So
and Dongo,
that was a super fight.
And Dongo had hold up. First of all, and Dongo had back-to-back victories over 2 undefeated champions overseas.
B-Mac.
When he got knocked out by Crawford, that was a super fight.
B-Mac, B-Mac, that was a super fight.
Any
Crawford and
undisputed
Ngannou.
championship fight is a super
That's
fight.
a super
I can't
fight.
see how you cannot. How is it not?
Yeah.
Because
And
it had
Dongo was an undefeated two-belt
was
champ.
that a pay-per-view fight or was that on the TikTok app?
It was on
Whatever.
ESPN, man. Bob Byrne.
What difference do it make if it's on a pay-per-view fight or not?
It was a.
Did you watch it?
I'm not talking to you. Hey, B-Mac.
He watched it.
Yeah.
He watched it.
B-Mac.
He watched it.
Well,
Yeah.
The reason why I asked was it a super fight or not, because super fights are put on pay-per-view.
No, all super fights are not put on pay-per-view.
Two big names.
That is not true.
We're not talking about an Ali Day or Sugar Ray
Wait
Leonard.
a minute, Big Fish. Hold on, Big Fish. Let me ask you this. So what about the fights that Keith Thurman and Danny Garcia had on regular TV and Keith Thurman and Sean Porter? Were those super fights or no?
Nah, them not super fights.
Okay.
Yeah, just like Luis Ortiz and Charles Martin. That's a super fight too, because it's on pay-per-view.
Man, that is not what I said.
Okay, you said super fights are on pay-per-view.
Yeah, but that's one of the qualifications.
No. Okay then. It must have been Chris Arreola versus Andy Ruiz. That's super fight then.
Okay. We taking our
I'm sorry. It's Keith Thurman versus what's the little young boy name? Mario Barrios. That's the super fight we talking about.
Yep, pay-per-view.
Because it's on pay-per-view.
Wilder
Chase Davis versus Isaac Cruz. I guess that's the
Fury
pay-per-view.
is a super fight.
Hey, B-Mac.
Come on, man.
Hey, B-Mac, arguing with somebody like him since he don't want to talk to me, I guess I'll argue against you, maybe. Because like you hear his argument. As soon as he asked me a question that we already knew the answer to, whether the opinion was right or wrong, his perception is already concluded. Like, but he can't answer where's the big fucking super fight at welterweight other than Spence and Crawford that haven't been made yet. But
exactly.
I mean, so it's a really kind of stupid argument when we know the fight haven't been made yet to actually really have the super fight. And then last time I checked, we're arguing with somebody that clearly has an opinion that really don't mean shit because he disvalues everything a real Hall of Famer. See, the funny part, we argue and two dudes say Mikey is an opinionated Hall of Famer because they feel like he's qualified. That motherfucker ain't no Hall of Fame yet, so we can't even say that shit, and we don't even know that's going to be true or find it out to be true. But Bud is a Hall of Famer because undisputed.
Yes, he is.
Somebody having accomplished. Plus, he's a 3-weight division champion. So, and a lot of things that he has accomplished, he actually has the resume to be called a Hall of Famer. You arguing a Mikey? Yes, Mikey was talented. Yes, his biggest win is fucking what? Robert Easton? Like what the fuck?
Lightweight.
Yeah,
like Ronnie Coleman said, lightweight. Yeah, lightweight.
Oh man.
No, he made more divisions. He got championship belts, but you know the same guy, you know, just lost to what is it, Martin Sandor, some shit like that.
Yeah,
you know,
because the big fish ruined them.
No, they ain't got nothing to do with no big fish ruin.
Hold on, y'all.
That wasn't his next man. He just came off a win versus Jesse Vargas, so it wasn't like he just lost soon as he lost to Earl Spence.
Hold
you
on,
know,
fellas.
you don't have that same argument for when Crawford ruined Julius Sandago, or Crawford ruined Victor Postol, or Crawford ruined Gamboa. You know, y'all say they bums then.
Who is it?
Hey, yo, hold on, y'all. Let me ask this question that's in the chat because Drizzy KO made a hell of a point, and this is to General Big Fish. He said Spence haven't had a super fight either. Is that not factual, Big Fish?
That is a fact.
Okay. So what was the point of bringing that up about Bud then? I'm confused.
The point is he has nowhere else to go but up. That was the point. Y'all talking about he not gonna get the fights that he won. He's never had a big fight. He's never had a super fight. So that was the point.
I'm gonna state this is my claim. Bud has beaten more undefeated fighters than Spence could fucking dream about. Spence been fighting his whole career. On my bad, he had one fight at 154, 152 or something like that. But he been fighting and shrinking down to a welterweight division that he's clearly, and he's a grown man, and he's probably outgrown the weight class, so that we could expect that excuse coming near you real soon, and what have you, as an excuse to move up. But where his undefeated champion he beat? Oh, let me guess. Nobody. Because none of the motherfuckers undefeated. Guess how many Bud beat?
Well, the
Hold on,
lightweight he beat was undefeated. Just the
Yeah,
lightweight.
Mikey Garcia.
oh, the
Yeah,
lightweight. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
The lightweight moved up.
Ocampo was
Oh, hold on.
undefeated
The
too.
lightweight that moved up.
He
The
said,
lightweight
"Okay,
that
Mo.
moved up.
Okay,
Hey
Mo."
man, hey man, I'm about to kick your ass off.
That's my
Said
man. That's
Ocampo.
my man, General Big Fish.
Hey man, hold on, y'all. Let
Y'all
me go
jump
out
this is
to hold
trolling.
on, fellas. T Spot, you're live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holler at me, bro. How you feeling?
What's going on? What's going on, man?
How
Hey,
you
What's
been, man?
up? What's up, T?
you guys pray
Big
for your
T.
boy, man.
I've
I
been
got
looking for you, Slim. I've been looking for you.
Thank you, T. Thank you for coming here, man. Thank you.
what's going down? What's going down? So
I
you
need
guys
some
were looking
help,
for me?
man. I need some help.
Hey, before you get off this live, I got something to say to you, man. But go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You can say it now.
Oh, I can say it now?
Yeah.
Okay. The last time you and I was on this live together, you know you fell asleep and went to sleep experts man on the live, right?
Did I? No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Did
You
I?
was snoring like a motherfucker, man. We had to put you on sleep experts, man. We was like, how the fuck he
Oh
go to
man.
sleep on live?
Hey, well, I wanted to let y'all know, man. It turns out, I think the reason behind that, man, I got the vid, man.
Oh
So
man, I'm sorry,
yeah,
bro.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Oh
yeah.
man,
Yeah,
So
I'm
everybody
that
getting hit
sorry,
like that.
bro.
so that would explain, why I was exhausted like that, probably, man. It's
Damn.
so I'm just chilling up in the house, man.
I
Just
feel you,
Hey man,
man.
that's all you can do when you got that, bro.
Yeah,
That's all I've been doing.
oh my
yeah. My mom going
golly,
through it right
man.
now, man. I feel you, fam.
Yeah, so just pray for your boy, man. But
Yes, sir.
yeah, man. So what? I heard a little bit of the debate going on, man, about super fights at welterweight, and this whole situation, man. I really took a step back and I looked at everything that's going on here. With Crawford and Bob Arum, the lawsuit that's going on about him essentially, hindering Terence Crawford's career, and I tell you, man, E Thriller had actually did a poll earlier about whether or not in this live, whether or not Terence Crawford should go with Mayweather. And I tell you right now, I agree with them. I think he should. With someone like Bud, man, who really, he's kind of like one of those guys that, he's a workman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got some guys that are businessmen, or owners, and then you got guys that just want to go to work. Now, don't get me wrong. I think Bud has a ton of entrepreneur type skills as well. But I think when it comes to fighting, I think that's his passion. I don't think he's necessarily looking at boxing from a pure business perspective. So I think someone like Floyd, who has all this attention on him already and all the limelight, would inadvertently bring that over to Crawford as well. It's a shame, man, that all of the boxing community channels, especially in the Black communities, we're still having to have this debate about this fight, man, because it won't happen yet. My hope is when whoever wins between Spence and Ugas, after that fight, immediately they need to be asked, is Terence Crawford next? And the only thing I want to hear out of whoever wins mouth is yes. And someone needs to be going to the table at that point, man, and sitting down and making this shit happen. We need this fight, man. Like old buddy was saying, hands down, this is the biggest fight to be made at welter. This is the biggest fight to be made in boxing. Period.
Yes, sir.
That's the definition of a super fight. Just if somebody needs to know what a super fight is.
Go ahead, T. Finish your point.
Yeah. But like I said, man, it's a shame, to see this take place, and one of my fears, man, that I have is that Keith Thurman may try to swoop in, you know, and steal this fight from Crawford. You know, now if Keith Thurman comes and he fights Crawford in the interim until he can fight either Spence or Ugas, then I'm fine with that. Because I mean, Crawford could definitely use the preparation. It keeps the ring rust off of him, and I think it's a great fight for the fans, entertainment wise. But you know, outside of that, man, I'm not gonna at this point. I'm not gonna be politically correct. I'm not gonna try to, you know, play peacemaker. I'm not gonna try to be like, well, shoulda, coulda, woulda. If Terence Crawford is not called out next, I'm going to fuck off. And I'm letting it be known, man. I'm definitely gonna have something to say about this shit, you know. And this whole Tim Smith business, you know, with him basically saying before they even talk to Crawford that they won't be able to afford him, you know, I just don't know how to feel about that. It's almost like, is this his way of saying before we even get there that the fight is not going to happen? So what's everyone's opinion on that? You know, because I've heard a few opinions, but for me, I'm wondering, is this kind of Tim Smith letting everyone know the writing on the wall? What's your thoughts on that, guys?
You said you about to go off.
One at a time, y'all. One at a time.
Let me go on to Tim Smith. Let me go on to Tim Smith. To answer your question on the Tim Smith, if you dial back on the boxing voice to show that I be on majority time.
Hey, bro, don't say them niggas' names on my channel, bro. Unless you pop my name on that shit.
Yeah, I got you. My bad.
Go ahead.
He did an interview with Tim Smith, and then he been said Crawford wasn't in their plans. So Tim Smith just sticking to his narrative. He hasn't said anything different. His narrative hasn't changed. He has always said Crawford wasn't in his plans. That way of saying what he just said the other day is still on the same lines of saying Crawford isn't in their plans.
You know what I think is going to have to happen here, and it's unfortunate, but I think it's going to come to it. I think it's going to have to go to some sort of someone's going to have to make the first step, get these negotiations started. This shit's going to have to go to some sort of a purse bid, man. I don't think PBC or it's not going to be PBC to host a fight at this point. There's going to have to be some sort of outside entity from ESPN and PBC that swoops in and is willing to invest the money into the fight. But this goes back to what E Thriller was saying earlier. If Crawford could get with Mayweather, Mayweather could promote the fuck out of that fight.
Yes, sir.
And then anything with Mayweather's name behind it, investors are going to want to jump in that because they know it's going to make money. Now, I have always told people, and you know, we have gone down the rabbit hole on debates about why the Spence Crawford fight isn't happening, all the things that Spence has said, you know, things that haven't come into fruition that he said were going to come into fruition, et cetera, et cetera. But I'll tell you like this, man. I know one of the main reasons it's not happening is because if you look at the PBC's business model and their numbers right now, man, they're not doing the greatest, you know, and you got to think Al Heyman Deontay Wilder, that was one of his main cash cows, sidelined by Tyson Fury, a guy from Top Rank. So in a business sense, Al Heyman is probably sitting back looking at this like, shit, you know, that was my heavyweight cash cow. I don't have him. Tank ain't really doing no numbers like that. Hell, these niggas are giving away free tickets to his fights. He's doing 50K pay-per-view. He's sitting here thinking from a business perspective like, God damn, if I put Spence in there with someone who can actually beat him and he's not signed to me, or I can't financially benefit from him after he beats Spence, then why the fuck am I going to take that risk? And I think that's always kind of been, you know, the thing behind the scenes is that why am I going to take a high risk, low reward or no reward type of situation for myself when I can continue to make these fights in house? And I'm pretty sure Spence can beat all of these guys that are in house. And then if Spence moves up back to 154 again, because he was there previously, Charlo's likely going to move up to 160 and his brother will probably move up to 168 or just stay at 160 like the Klitschko's did, and they're both there, right? So he kind of already has a smooth little business model laid out for Spence. He could keep Spence essentially away from Terence Crawford, and like I said, he doesn't have to worry about, oh, my cash cow ultimately, could be put in a situation where he's not my cash cow anymore, and then Terence Crawford comes, beats my guy, and rides off into the sunset. Now, if I were Al Heyman, what I would do is just, well, see, here's the thing. I don't know if they have the money to do this, but I would try to double back on Crawford and get him to sign a 2-fight deal. I would sit him down and be like, hey, would you want to fight Spence for undisputed? And then would you be willing to move up and face Charlo at 154 for undisputed? Now, if he's smart, he would do that because there's a chance Charlo could beat Crawford. Now, Crawford can beat Charlo too, but it goes both ways. And then even if he loses the belts and Spence, if Crawford goes up to 154 and loses to Charlo, then, you know what I'm saying, he still benefits from that. But Al Heyman, for some reason, that's what makes me think they don't have the money over there at this point, to do what they need to do. And we've seen all the conversation about these guys, some of them complaining about the stipends they get. What is it, like $5,000 or $10,000 a day or something to that effect?
Yeah, something like that.
He ain't been paying them niggas like he's still in the music industry.
God damn.
Yeah, this fight will never happen, man.
Hold on, T. Let me go to Rare Breed, and then I'm gonna go to Darren.
Oh yeah.
Rare Breed live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holler at me, bro.
Hey, what's up?
What's popping, bro? How you feeling?
I'm good. So I'm gonna be real with y'all. Everything y'all talking about, it won't matter. You know why? Boots is coming to take over.
Oh man, come on, oh, that's so cute. Boots gonna get his ass whooped if he fights him. Hey, man, kill him, man.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm not really one on eye test.
Yeah.
But sometimes the eyes don't lie, man. So
hey, let me tell you something. Sometimes them eyes is lie. You need to put some goddamn glasses on because see the difference from Boots and fighting Terence Crawford. Now maybe he might try that shit on EJ. EJ or 10-man still fighting ass jab. Don't move. Don't change his height. He kind of stiff at the waist. He don't move fluidly. He don't move his head. Now Boots may have success with that, but Bud is a dictator and he's a sharp shooter. Plus he punches effectively. He may not have
you can say the same thing about Boots.
Hey, just to jump in.
Boots ain't doing what you saying he doing. Boots got to show that and get in the ring and show that he can think. He can make adjustments. He got to get in there with somebody that can make and push him, and he can show you he can adjust like that. You seeing Boots freestyle? Excuse me. You seeing Boots freestyle on niggas and athletically just whoops niggas ass, but you ain't never seen Boots in there and face no level of adversity.
You know what I hear? Hey, you want to know what I hear?
I hear what?
Fear. You know why?
Nigga, don't nobody fear.
You used to be a Spence fan, right? You used to be a Spence fan, right?
I'm definitely not a Spence fan, but hold up. So you hear the same shit with Canelo fans. Canelo fans always try to downplay Benavidez like he a bum or he ain't fought nobody, knowing damn well he'll give him a better fight than anybody Canelo's fought so far since Triple G.
Hey, you know
we don't know that, fam. Where we know that from?
Get in the ring with him.
Hold on, Mr. Phil.
Where we know that from?
If that's the case, why is he going after the IBF instead of going for the WBO then, Mr. Phil?
Because the IBF is the closest one to Earl. He's higher ranked on the IBF than WBO. So he can get the shot with Spence quicker than with Crawford.
On that though, man, that don't mean shit because they skip Stanionis over him. You feel me? It's all about money in this game, fam. I'm gonna just let you know. I fuck with Boots, but the thing about it is,
everybody.
He ain't been tested, yo. Who has he fought? Like, think of it, nigga. Virgil Ortiz has been tested more than he has.
It's like when you try to hit up a female. It's like when you try to hit up a female. Like you can talk to her, don't mean she gonna fuck with you. You can't force these niggas in the ring with them.
No, it's not about forcing, fam. It's money. Why did Stanionis get it before he did? Boots is 28-0. Stanionis is 14-0.
Somebody
Does that
put
make
money
sense?
down,
That's
bro.
how his family. I mean, that's how
But
his family or his people
No, man, it
decide
ain't
to
got
move
nothing to
him.
do with family, bro. It's about who backing you. Why did Stanionis get a shot before he did?
Well, look at Booster's team though. He's with
No, man. Listen to me.
Cam.
Why did Stanionis jump Boots?
bro, like, dude, hey, bro, like some of these boxing fans, y'all
Come
can't
on,
wake
man.
up and,
You gotta
and
know what you're
sell what
talking
y'all
No,
about,
want
but
to
fam.
know.
no, but you
Y'all be
got to
trying to
realize
sell
Boots
shit,
Boots
man.
was in a legal battle with his promotions.
No,
So
but
Bro,
like,
the
Boots,
so that
thing
shit
of
held
it
him back
is
for a
though,
couple
before
years.
all that, this nigga is 28-0. He's 28-0 with 22 knockouts, bro. You got Stanionis who jumped
26,
before him. So my question is, you saying he was
26
ranked high in the
knockouts.
IBF? That don't mean anything. Stanionis had to fight with Ugas and they paid it off. So why was Stanionis above Duran if his record is better than him?
You tell me.
Money.
hey, man,
It's money. It's money,
Okay,
bro.
listen,
It's
hey,
money.
Boots
That
is
don't
okay.
a
it
great
don't
He
matter
fighter.
don't
what the
got the
record
money on
is.
his
If
side,
you got
but
that
I'm not
bag
talking.
behind you, it is what it is, bro. But like I'm telling you though, Boots has not been tested, and I fuck with Boots. But
Agreed.
Virgil Ortiz is more tested than he is.
Agreed.
Okay, let me ask you
Nobody,
this: who
nobody
who
not
on Earl
saying
Spence?
nobody
Who has
not
Virgil
saying Boots.
Ortiz? No, hold on. Let me ask the bro a question real quick.
Oh, I can tell
Who
you
has?
he fought. He fought Maurice
No,
Hooker.
no. That's
Listen,
not
no,
what
no,
I'm
no, no,
asking.
no. He fought Maurice Hooker. Now,
Hold
And
on,
he
y'all.
Maurice
fought
Hold
Hooker.
on,
and
hold
he
on,
fight.
y'all.
He's a
Let him
You
make
think
his
champion.
Maurice
point,
Hooker
bro.
could beat
Hold on,
Boots?
y'all. Red Breed,
He
go ahead and
ain't
make your
about
point,
beat
And,
bro.
Boots.
Make your point.
You think Maurice Hooker could beat Boots? Be real
no,
with yourself.
The
no,
fight
I
Okay.
gotta
don't think he
happen.
can. But he's
What about
experienced. He's a champion.
Mean Machine?
He'll give him a good fight.
he will
No,
give him a good
it won't
He
fight.
be a
will
good
give him a
fight.
good fight, bro.
No, it
That dude
won't.
can punch.
Yeah, he will.
Oh
No, he
my
He will
won't.
give him a
God.
good
Like,
He
fight,
getting him up
bro.
out of there in 3 rounds.
look,
What?
this dude was a hold on, let me get in here. Hold on. See,
Didn't
this the
he?
problem with arguments right here. You're up here saying a good fight, or this or that. Mean Machine, whether you want to respect it or not, he lost to Terence Crawford and he lost to Virgil Ortiz. And both of those was competitive fights until he got
Exactly.
stopped in both of them. You don't
He
just get
Yeah.
to wake up. Hold
Okay.
on,
It was
Phil.
compared with them
Hold on,
niggas.
Phil.
It's not gonna make compared with
Hold
Boots
on,
because
hold
Boots
on.
another level.
See,
But
that's the problem with you Boots fans. Nobody hates on Boots, but you niggas are so delusional. Y'all want us to wake up, do the Lomachenko shit, and just say he fucking this. Boots ain't do shit. That's why we gotta point that out to you niggas
Yeah, like
because y'all
why
wake
do
up and
y'all
can
niggas
throw him out
expect
there like
us to
that.
crown Boots so goddamn
li-
early? I
Don't
don't
get
get
li-
this
li-
shit.
listen,
because
man.
We see the
because
talent,
the
but
same
god
thing that's
damn,
gonna
y'all
happen.
niggas take that shit too far. Oh, he gonna stop Crawford? Like nigga, how?
Hey,
How?
Come
hey,
on,
You
man.
know what it is? You know what it is,
What do you
man?
mean how?
They
We
see, they
seen
see.
Yeah,
Crawford
nigga,
rock
I
two
just
times
said how. Hold
already.
on,
You
how?
act like this
How is
nigga
he
is
gonna
some kind
stop
of.
Terence Crawford? How?
Oh, okay. Hey,
That's the
We
shit
seen
y'all say.
Crawford
Y'all
rock
don't say
twice
he'll win.
already.
Y'all say he'll stop him.
but the
How?
thing of it
sir,
is though, the
sir,
thing of it
I
is
want to.
Hold on,
Boots
let
ain't
him
in the
answer, y'all.
same spot.
Hold on, fellas. Rare Breed, please
Yeah.
go ahead. How's he gonna
We
stop him?
we we done seen Crawford rock twice already. So you
Here
act
we
like this
go,
nigga.
man.
Oh my
I
god.
seen
You
Boots
act
rock
like
too.
Crawford some
I've
kind of
seen Floyd
I
unbeatable.
Mayweather get
seen
rocked.
Boots
I've
rock.
seen all the greats get rocked. That shit don't mean
I
shit.
seen Boots get rocked too.
But he wasn't
Boots
on
get hit a
wobbly legs
lot.
like
Don't
Crawford.
matter.
It,
He
did
ate it.
Crawford
He
did
took it.
Crawford get
Hey
knocked
man,
out?
who gives a fuck if he ain't on wobbly legs? I'm tired of this shit. Fuck this little shit with these little young niggas. I've been silent too long. Man, fuck this boot shit. Y'all coming here chopping this shit up about some motherfucking boots this and boots that. Man, boot this motherfucker up out of here with all that bullshit. These little young niggas chopping it up for this nigga who ain't fought nobody. Little niggas
Right.
come up in here talking this shit about boots. This nigga ain't beat not one motherfucker in the top fucking five. Talk about boots. Nigga, be mandatory first and work your way up and be championship fight just like everybody else. Come up
Hey
here
man.
prolonging for this little nigga, young nigga talking all
Exactly,
this shit
man.
about some boots. Nigga, fuck boots. I love boots. He the next thing. But boots ain't done shit. Wait your turn, little nigga.
Hey,
I
and that's
got
that's
a
the
rare
thing.
breed.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that
Amen, D
gets
Mac.
me.
Amen.
That that's the thing that get me about these Boots fans. Like nobody hates Boots. Nobody
Nobody.
ain't scared
I ain't
to.
say you did.
Dog, dude.
I'm a
I
rare
can just
rare
like,
breed.
dude. Let me finish, bro. Cause you talking bullshit. Look,
Facts.
hey, I want to say this and be clear. Cause I hate when I gotta go in on Boots. Boots is a talented fighter. Yes, he passed the eye test. Yes, he's up next. Yes, he's 24. Crawford is 35, maybe. What, 36? What
30,
Crawford is?
34.
34.
34. So
34.
that's a 10-year age gap. Nobody ain't worrying about Bud ducking no Boots. I actually hope that Errol took the fight and Boots beat him, so Bud had to go through him for the belt. Like nobody ain't worrying about what y'all think it is. Boots just need to stay humble, stay hungry, get his opportunity, and come up and got next. If he catch one of them niggas going out, that's cool. Stop sitting up here comparing us to Canelo fans. Bud ain't that nigga. We ain't worried about who Bud got to duck and who he can't fight. Bud is focused on getting undisputed, and that's just clear. Boots is a young nigga. If he get in the ring with Boots, yes, he will baptize Boots, and you niggas are going to learn a severe lesson that what looks good and glamour ain't always that. Boxing is a real sport. A nigga, some dudes have skill sets, some dudes are blessed with talent. Boots has showed to be a talented fighter, but he has not been there with somebody that can test him and challenge him and make him have to adapt and adjust.
Right.
So let's stop talking about what the fuck he doing.
It's two ways that fight will end up with them two fault. Either Crawford gonna win a decision in like a war, or he get knocked the fuck out. That's the only
Wait a minute. I'm about to start hating on Boots. Jesus, man.
I'm begging the panel.
Hey, man.
Come on, knock it down.
Hey, how old are you, Slim? How old are you, Slim? How old are you? Red Bree. How old are you, man? How old are you, man? Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. You ain't been around boxing enough. You the next best thing sitting over there. That's why you love Boots so much. You 24 years old, wet behind the ears, breath smell like Similac, don't know shit about boxing, and you sitting over here talking about Boots to knock motherfucking Terence Crawford out. That's because you're a fucking fan. You 24 years old. I got kids older than you, Slim. You don't know shit.
B-Mac,
let me ask you, who on Crawford's resume could beat Boots?
Get the fuck out of here! Man, we don't know who the fuck Boots can beat. You know what I'm saying? This nigga is 24 years old. You talking about who on Terence Crawford resume can beat Boots? Can Boots beat Crawford? Fuck no. He sharp. He like that. I like Boots. But man, you gotta cut what y'all young niggas say. Y'all gotta stop capping, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm starting.
God damn, fam. Little young nigga's only 20 years old, man. He's 24 years old. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about, man.
He fought Crawford leftovers.
You guys,
Rare Breed.
Boots got Shakur problems. Boots got Shakur problems. See, y'all see, dudes be talking out their ass. Last time I checked, I had heard Shakur say on record that Bud be beating the shit out of him. All right?
Yes.
We have already heard that. Guess what Boots struggled with, and guess who he struggled with? The little nigga that's supposed to be fighting at 130 right now.
You talk about Fulton?
Gary Antoine?
Yeah, Boots. No.
Boots.
Boots.
Yes.
No, I'm talking about Boots and Shakur Stevenson. Yes, they sparred. And ain't no walk in the park. He's struggling with Shakur Stevenson, but Shakur Stevenson is a talented fighter. But I bet you didn't know that neither, huh? Like y'all
where you hear he struggled with him? Because I heard Shakur said he's a cheat code.
Bro, listen, he giving him his props, and you on here waving a flag, and you don't understand everything. They got levels to boxing.
Yep.
They got levels to it, bro. Listen, you could be in there and be fast, you could be quick, but you could get in there with a nigga that dictate terms to where you're uncomfortable and your shit not getting off.
See, that's y'all problem. Y'all think Boots is just some athletic like wonder, and that's all he can do. He got skills too.
No, man, we know he got skills, but that's the difference. We talking about experience, nigga. We talking about experience, young dummy.
It's levels, bro.
It's what you mean experience don't know, nigga. Hold up, man. You can't sit here and tell, boy. Man, come on, what you mean experience don't mean that?
You're talking about time. We're talking about counter-punching. We're talking about ring generalship. Terence Crawford has all of the above.
All of it.
Lomachenko had that shit too.
Who?
Lomachenko. Nah, bro, listen, you are over the place.
This motherfucker said, he said
what we doing tonight?
Experience don't mean that. Hey, tell your girlfriend that when you was fucking at 18, the difference between you was fucking and when you was 24. Tell her that. Answer that. Accident was experienced as anything. When you was fucking at 17 compared to when you fucking at 24. I bet experience means shit then, don't it?
That's different.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah, what you mean it's very different? That's experience, Slim. What you talking about?
Way out. Hey man, these niggas had their time. They been marinating this fight for too damn long. It's time for some new blood.
Hey, man, I like Boots Mayweather all day.
Marinating the fight though. There's only one dude marinating the fight.
Y'all, hey, rare breed. All right, I'm gonna say this, man. All right, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
All right, man. I love Boots. Okay, yes. I'll be the first one to say it. I think, as a matter of fact, I think on one of the panels, I actually compared Boots essentially to a welterweight Roy Jones. Right?
Yes, sir.
Hey, mute your audio if you're in the background doing some shit. Mute your audio, please. Go ahead, T.
So I want you to know that I respect Boots. I know what I'm looking at from the eye test, and I think him and Virgil Ortiz are indeed the future at 147. But I think there's a few problems here with prematurely crowning him. All right. We have seen his flashiness and athleticism before, and people are going to laugh when I say this. Okay. But prior to him moving up to 147 and fighting at lower weight classes, Adrian Broner had some of the same speed, agility, reflexes, instinctual ability, etc., etc. Now, when he went up to 147,
he said blasphemous.
Prematurely, he got handled. You know what I'm saying? But at that weight class where he was comfortable at, he did look like the goods. Now, what I will say is this: I think Boots is a far more disciplined and better athlete and fighter than Broner, but that's just one example. Right? Okay. Jeff Lacey is another example of someone who, I'm not going to lie, when I first saw him, I thought he was the goods. Ultimately, that ended up not being the case fully, right? Like I said, it doesn't mean that Boots doesn't possess something special. However, we have to make sure that he has the discipline to maintain it. And that's the issue here, okay? It's the same thing with Earl Spence. Earl Spence, when he first hit the scene, was kind of a special talent to look at, like, okay, this guy is doing some stuff that we haven't fully seen yet from anyone else, but his lack of discipline ultimately led to him looking not average, but not spectacular anymore either, right? And I think that's directly attributed to the fact that he was, and this is not me judging him, but this is me speaking the truth. When you're out there partying, you're drinking, there's other factors outside of the ring and your discipline that are getting in the way. And see, that's the thing. We don't know Boots personally like that. We don't know if he's going to have some variables from the outside come in and distract him, right? Now, I'm going to tell you right now, okay, I do a lot of boxing analysis, film study, and fighting myself, okay? And I'm going to tell you what I see happening in a fight between Boots and Crawford, all right? I think it's a good fight. I think Boots will give Crawford trouble initially in the fight early on because he's unpredictable. He's an unpredictable type of athletic, right? So he's got this unpredictable explosiveness to him that you don't see that often in the sport. But the problem with that is that he tends to rely on his athleticism so much, he tends to leave himself open. Okay, I saw it, man, in the Lipinets fight. He got comfortable. He went in there, and I'm going to tell you something right now. If he gets hit with those type of shots from a way better and pure counterpuncher in Terence Crawford, who has stopped every man he's faced at 147, he is going to have some trouble. Okay, there is no debating that. All right, you're talking about a guy that's stopping everyone that he's getting in the ring with. The guy has a 100% KO ratio at 147, regardless of what we want to say, because people could say, oh, well, Mean Machine wasn't shit and Benavidez had one leg. Okay, then that just means that when he jumped levels from Benavidez all the way to Sean Porter, his KO ratio still didn't drop. Okay, and I'm going to tell you right now, that version of Sean Porter that fought Bud would have beaten quite a few guys at 147. Okay, we can't sit here and be like, oh, well, since Bud stopped him, he wasn't the same version of himself. No, he wasn't the same version of himself because he couldn't just bull rush Bud. All right. And that's what these guys are understanding. Bud doesn't have a straight up and down basic style that you can just rush in on like that. He couldn't be himself. Okay. And I don't know for the life of me how anyone who knows a fucking thing about the sport couldn't see that his footwork and lateral movement and ring generalship is why Porter was mentally frustrated and had to slow himself down and couldn't just rush in. And the moment he attempted to revert back to his old ways and rush in on him like he did Spence, he got sat on his ass. Fat.
Let me
Hey, yo, hold on, y'all. Let me read this.
Can I respond to bro real quick?
Hold on, bro. Let me read my super chat real quick. Shout out to my boy and kid for the $5 super chat. Hey, yo, my dog and kid said all this Boots fanboyism, y'all finna have create a whole new series. I'm saying, man. Hey, man. I'm saying. But Red, go ahead and respond, bro. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, brother. I'm listening.
Okay. So on the Adrian Broner point, like you said yourself, Boots is way more disciplined. Like he has two brothers who are professional boxers, so he's seen firsthand the wrongs that you could do in this professional boxing, and he knows what example to follow. Not to mention his father was a professional boxer, Boozy. So just like similar to Floyd, he comes from a family of boxing. They're gonna keep him on the right path. I'm not worried about that. Not to mention everybody around him says that Boots lives in the gym. That's all he does all day. So now, as far as eliminating
Terence Crawford, but go ahead.
Yeah, and as far as the point on lippiness, like if Boots, similar to Tank, if he don't respect your power, he's willing to let you hit him to get some shit off.
Wait a minute. So you don't think he gonna respect Bud's power? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm saying that.
What is that about?
No, I'm saying that against more formidable fighters, he's not gonna be open like that. He's not gonna take Crawford lightly. Like he's not gonna be like, you know what, this dude ain't got nothing for me. Let me just do what I do, and I don't care what's coming back.
Oh, hold on. See, I see B-Mac laughing. That shit is fucking hilarious. I actually do fight breakdowns. I do fight breakdowns. So
let me finish my point real quick.
No, you said enough. Let me get in right quick.
I gotta respond to what he was saying.
Oh my God. Hey, my nigga, like, hold on. Let me just say this right quick.
I'm sorry.
Like,
go ahead, J-Man. I can't take it, bro.
Bro, like, these dudes are so crazy. And, bro, like, this nigga just said one of the sharpest. Let me back up. I agree with old boy breakdown with Adrian Broner. I can understand the similarities. I've been saying that. Yes, I do think Boots is an all-around more skill, right around foot, balance, everything to the feet. Adrian Broner didn't have the legs. He had the athleticism, the fast twitch, and that Cincinnati boxing style that I call them niggas are reflex fighters. That's what I call them. Boots is different. Yes, Boots is more talented and gifted, but I do understand the comparison because I'm a box fan and understand. I watched AB dominate them smaller niggas at their weight class. As soon as he moved up and fought dudes near his size, all that shit went out the window. He got exposed. Boots still haven't fought anybody to prove or show, yes, he's talented, but prove to show that he is what we think he is. That's just a point. For his breakdowns, Bud is the master at dictating how he wants the fights to go. A lot of these dudes be getting on here with these old crackerjack ass excuses saying he got buzz, all this bullshit. Man, when Errol fought Porter, I watched how Errol used the range, the dictation, the space, no counter punching ability. He had to just rob it out, dog it out, and he told everybody that bullshit. He wanted to fight his style. No, nigga, your jab wasn't quick enough. No, your feet wasn't quick enough. You don't move your head. You don't counter punch. So you was not able to get out the way and keep Sean Porter off of you. The difference from when Crawford fought Porter, Bud dictated and reset Porter to where Porter could never chance just going in on him without being countered. And that's what the difference was in a fight of just fighting Terence Crawford in him. Plus, Crawford is a very effective. I don't even think he's the hardest puncher. I think the reason why he get these knockouts is because his punch placement and how he places his punches and how effective he is. Effectiveness is punching power. When you hit somebody repeatedly in openings, and why they don't see it and stuff like that, that will make you an effective puncher. Him fighting Boots, yes, Boots is athletic. Yes, I think Boots do tend to on his athleticism a lot from what I watch. And I think when they fight, Bud is going to dictate and reset Boots to where Boots won't be able to jump in. We're going to have to see how skilled it is. We got to see how good his footwork is, his timing, his rhythm, because Boots is getting rhythm and he get going and he get going and get going. But he haven't fought a nigga that's going to get in there and dictate terms, make him have to reset, make him have to find his range, make him have to place his shots, sharper shots, and also be more defensive, responsive for what the other dude is coming back. And that's where I don't get where these dudes don't realize that because they're really not boxing fans. And my last thing, if any of y'all play basketball, the difference from a nigga jumping into his shot instead of 1-2ing into his shot is what Crawford is and what I think Boots is. Boots is the nigga that jump into his shot. Crawford is the nigga that 1-2 into his shot. Two different levels of skill set if you understand what basketball is.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Great points. And I kind of want to, if I respectfully may, piggyback off of that. He made an excellent point, which was kind of what I was saying about the difference between Porter versus Spence, and everyone making the comparisons and saying that Porter was, not the same fighter versus what he was against Bud. People keep negating. People start talking about Bud and they just negate everything he does well, and it goes out of the window. And either the guy he fought wasn't shit or he was over the hill. This is a constant narrative we've seen. And like I said, boxing fans or so-called boxing fans should be absolutely ashamed of themselves letting this type of shit come out of their mouths, man. Because, like I said, anyone with the boxing brain can see exactly why Porter had, and Porter even told us on his podcast when his dad got upset with him because he wasn't following his game plan. He said, man, I couldn't fight Crawford the way that I usually fight guys. He's different. So I had to do something outside of the norm to try and compete with him because he couldn't just rush in on him. And Boots, I tell you right now, Boots can try that, crossover Allen Iverson fancy, skirt shorts bullshit and jump in at Bud if he wants to. And I'm telling you right now, like E. Trilla says, somebody's going to sleep experts.
You know what it is, man. They like that flash, man. That's what it is.
Yep.
They see Boots with that flash, and they're like, "Yo, man, that's the next best thing," And the dude, like B-Mac said, the dude's only 24 years old, man. So he just going with the young guy that's coming up, and thinking he's the guy right now. Like I could see if he said, "Yo, he's the future of the of the boxing world," but he's saying the guys right now when he hasn't even. I guess limpiness is a somebody, but he really hasn't.
He's not even a champion, man.
Nope.
The sad
he
part,
don't even have a belt.
The sad part about it is that Virgil Ortiz, in my opinion, is more proven. And let's be honest here now, Kavialaskas dropped Virgil Ortiz in that fight, man. So for everyone that was talking all this crazy shit about how, it looked like he dropped Bud and this, that, and the third, and he hurt Bud and he caught Bud. Well, these same clowns were the same ones saying that Ortiz would just go in there and manhandle Bud if they ever fought. Well, guess who definitively touched the canvas against Mean Machine? It was Ortiz. And I'm going to tell you what's sad about this. When they interviewed Ortiz after the fight, he said, I don't even know if I'm ready for Terence Crawford, but I want the fight. Somebody who's more proven than Boots said out of his mouth that he was ready, or he wasn't sure if he was ready, but he had enough heart to take the fight. And now
he didn't care if he was ready or not.
Yeah. And we got these guys out here trying to give Boots his flowers prematurely. And the sad part, and someone on this panel, I'm almost certain, has touched on this or something similar to it before. I'm almost certain. How sad is it that Crawford is a 3-division champion, undisputed at 140, and everyone's discrediting him because of his resume, and the best guys on Ennis's resume is a washed-up fucking Delorme and a blown-up lightweight or light welterweight and Sergey Lipinets, and everyone's giving him his flowers instead of Bud. Those same people who are doing this shit for Boots look at Bud with disdain because of his resume. I don't understand it, man.
Yep.
I don't.
E-Thriller did a video on that today. That was me. I said that, and E-Thriller put that out there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say.
Yeah, me and Big Fish had me and Big Fish on that talk.
Yeah.
The same thing. Nobody questions Boots' resume or say this, that, nothing. You know, Terence Crawford got to go through hell and high water to get respect. But Boots is the man right now who's never had a belt, a championship fight, or anything, but he the man. And I forgot his name, man. Are you still on the line, man? 24-year-old?
Nah, he dropped off.
Nah, he got booted.
He dropped off.
I kicked his ass off.
You kicked his ass off? It was good that you gave him the boot. You know what I mean? It was about that time. Yeah. You know,
the boots.
This it's no way you ain't watched enough boxing at 20. I don't believe that you grew up in a household where that's all y'all did was watch boxing like I did. You know what I'm saying? I grew up watching Muhammad Ali as a little ass dude. Okay, you know, the rematch and shit of him and Leon Spinks and shit, and listen to my father and uncle talk about the shit and complain about, you know, this, that, and the other. You know, all this shit when they was young. I don't believe that. Little niggas don't grow up like this now. But you know, he a boxing fan. It's nothing. I know that because of the shit that he say, the shit that he just come out his mouth. He's not objective of all to sit there and say, well, Boots is the shit right now. Nah, bro. Yeah, Boots is the man. I believe that Boots is gonna be the top dog when it's his time. Okay. If he get mandatory, then he can show what he's worth. Sure. And he do that, we'll give him his flowers. But to sit here and say, man, he gonna knock out Crawford in 3 rounds and beat the shit out of Earl Spence in 2. And I'm like, hold up, man. Y'all gotta stop this shit. Y'all gotta stop this shit, man.
Mac, don't forget he said that with Crawford throws, he won't respect it.
Yeah, that's why. That's why I kicked him off. I'm like, wait a minute. So he not gonna respect Terence Crawford punching power? Like, come on, he lost me with that shit.
Yeah,
I couldn't take it no more.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Spence whips his ass right now too. And even though Spence has a straight up and down style, I think Spence, because Boots is so athletic, Spence's body punching would be seriously detrimental to him because it's going to slow him down.
So you think Spence can time him with those body punches? Because that's the thing about Spence. He is an elite body puncher, but in elite fights, I haven't seen him really get to the body to get these stoppages. And remember when he was stopping niggas, he was able to get to their body. But since elite competition, he hasn't been able to get to those bodies. So how would you tell me how you see him getting to a body of a Jaron Ennis?
I think what he would have to do with Jaron is, because he's not a pure counterpuncher at all, he's just gonna unfortunately for Spence, he's gonna have to eat some shit and he's gonna have to just go straight at him behind the jab, and he's gonna have to do his best to cut off the ring while he's in motion. Now, can he do that against Boots? Well, I mean, you bring up a good point that I can't really argue with there. Spence does have a little bit more difficulty with getting to the body the way he wants for those stops. And we saw that in the Danny Garcia fight. He kind of had to fight Danny at mid-range, and he was able to get to his body in spurts, but it wasn't sustained. Like we saw against, let's say, a Lamont Peterson or what's another guy that he really.
Well, that's everybody else in this whole.
Danny don't throw any punches though.
Go ahead, Bo. Well, I'm gonna say something. Go ahead.
No,
I was
go ahead.
just gonna say Danny don't really throw punches, so it was a little bit easier for Earl to get to
him. But what we observed in that fight, what was odd is that even though Danny doesn't throw many punches, Spence didn't really mount a sustained body attack like we're used to seeing. And that goes back to the point you had made earlier, saying that as his level of competition has gone up, it's been a little bit more difficult for him to get to the body the way he wants. I think with Boots, he would have to fight at a pace that makes Boots uncomfortable to use his flashy explosiveness and make Boots revert to sheer fundamentals. Now, I don't know.
That.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
All right, let me say this right quick. I don't think Spence can beat Boots. Yes, I think Boost has the style to beat Spence. If I had to put money on it next, I
Yep.
will lean towards Boots, and I'm gonna tell you why. That same thing y'all spoke on with the Danny fight, and I watched it. Spence been having a hard time timing dudes because he's not a counter punch, he's not a lead counter punch. He doesn't change the height or he doesn't change the speed of his setup for his jab. So that's kind of make it hard for him to feint, jump in, jet in, however he want to. Spence don't even like to leave his feet. If you notice, he kind of like to keep his feet up under him. So that
Yeah.
stiff ass jab that he does against a guy like Boots being the same size, I think Boots have respectable power. He moves well enough. I don't think Arrow can make Boots and put Boots in a situation where Boots like, oh shit, I'm backing up. I don't know what to do. I think if he does back up, Boots is a better counter puncher than Danny. Danny is a one punch counter puncher, meaning he only throws one punch. You ain't got to worry
Yep.
about a multitude of punches coming back at you. But Boots, on the other hand, on fight on the back foot against that straight jab, don't move his head, don't move his torso, stiff in the waist as Errol Spence, it's gonna be problems. So I see Boots timing him, countering him, and setting up big shots, stabbing him to the body, spinning him and getting around. See the athleticism that we spoke on? I don't think EJ challenged that. EJ also tucks up and covers up when he gets overwhelmed, like he pulls back and he goes in a high
Yeah.
guard. The most
Yeah.
horrible trait about Errol Spence to me, and this how I knew Bud will fuck his ass up, is that piss poor ass that high guard he fights out
Yeah.
of. He's too slow and he keeps his head on the line too much to fight out a high guard. It's not an educated high guard. It's a basic I'm about to bully you high guard, and we seen how bullying niggas at the higher level how that hasn't worked out for him. So I got Jerron actually beating Spence, and I got Bud knocking Spence the fuck out.
Now, shout out to. Now, I want to say this excellent rebuttal, and I have to be 100% honest with you here. I can't disagree with it, and here's why: because some of the same reasonings that you pointed out that Duran beats him are some of the same reasons I've pointed out that Crawford beats him. And I have to be honest here. While I think Crawford can beat Boots and will beat Boots at this stage in Boots' career, Boots is he's more athletic from an explosive standpoint than Crawford is. So that was I got to be honest with you, man. That was a superb breakdown. And those are some things that I I I gave Spence the edge partially because of what I've seen from Spence in comparison to Boots. Now, from the eye test, putting them both next to each other, yeah, man, athletically, man. I mean, Boots, if he had, and looking back at that now and taking your rebuttal in mentally, looking at the same issues that Spence had with Porter from Porter's athleticism, yeah, I think you're 100% right on that. And the fact that, and I've always said, Crawford is a dynamic body puncher when he goes to the body, and with Spence moving backwards in the high guard, and not only moving back in the high guard, but refusing to offer resistance while in motion going backwards. Yep. I think that's another huge flaw of his. Bud will fight while he's in motion moving backwards. I call it the moonwalk style. Spence, he'll let I mean, we saw it in spurts with smaller fighters that he's faced that have been able to push him back with no resistance. That's how Porter has success. He knew, if I can time Spence's jab, feint him, and get him unsure about when to throw it, I can push him back, and he's not going to do anything about it because he has to reset and then refire instead of.
But let me say something real quick, though, man.
Can I say that on the reset right quick? The only thing what I know is about Derrick James and what he does with the Charlo, Jamel, and Spence. You notice when both of them niggas reset, they stop and they back up, but they don't do much.
Yeah,
it ain't no counter punch. It's a set reset. Like, hold on, let me think, let me see what's in front of me, and then fight. When you end up with a dude as a dictator, he's fucking with you mentally, like he fuck with your brain. Now your breathing start thinking. Now the energy that you got known for having a big tank like Spence. I told y'all, Spence is gonna get tired when he fight Crawford. Because Crawford gonna make him mentally endure. Yep. All that stopping and resetting, Bud ain't gonna let you think and grasp the air to reset and think. He's gonna pressure you and he's gonna start dictating and he gonna smile while he doing it because y'all know he like having fun. And like I said, Charlo and Spence, they both stop and reset and go back, but they don't do nothing when they step back.
Yep.
Yo, I just gotta say
Ironically,
this,
I think
man.
the body work is going to be the key for Bud against Spence. I think the
Yep.
body work is what's going to stop Spence.
And you know what?
I just gotta say this though. Like, I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all got some good back and forth going on, man. Y'all making some valid points on both sides and stuff like that. So I really enjoyed the back and forth.
Thanks, bro. And shout out to E for his point about the body work with Crawford. And this is something that's really underrated that Bud does so well, man. And we saw it in the Porter fight. We got to keep in mind, and I always say this, Bud Crawford throws on average about 30% less punches or more than what Spence throws in his fights. Yet look at how detrimental his body shots were to Porter. I mean, he broke Porter down, and though you could hear those body shots sounded like a cannon. And with what the other brother touched on just a moment ago, with how Spence goes into that high guard, and then I touched on how Spence doesn't offer resistance when he's moving backwards. He has to get reset and then refire. Bud is going to take advantage of that body the moment he pushes Spence back. He's going to work off this jab. He's going to out-angle him. And then he's going to nullify Spence's jab, push him back, and then immediately bow right to his body. Now, I have Spence get stopped probably around the 11th round, in between the 10th to 11th round. But I don't think it's a body shot that does it. I think what's going to happen with Spence is he's going to more than likely get countered at some sort of weird angle, trying to either jab him or throw a counter left straight, because he's not a pure counter puncher. He's going to be mentally exhausted. Shout out to E's point about the body work. Like I said, I don't know if that's going to be what stops him, but I know that's going to be a factor in breaking him down.
Yep.
And slowing him down. And I think Crawford's going to do some weird ass shit out of nowhere, come at some weird angle that Spence doesn't see because he doesn't move his head like that, and it's going to be curtains. And
I think it's going to be the y'all saw how he fought Danny and how Danny was able to counter him. I ain't gonna say effectively, but how when Danny was stepping
occasionally,
back,
yeah,
and Danny was able to counter him. And I looked how Spence do it. And niggas don't like watching the fight with me with Spence because I be smiling, I be laughing, because I be seeing the shit like I'm like, boy, go fuck this nigga up. But I was watching when Danny was countering him, and I said, man, if Danny can counter him, man, Bud is gonna time his ass, come on top of that slow ass jab, and then he go hit him with something, step on an angle, and then catch him with something with a hook to the body or something. But I can actually see Spence getting hurt off a counter shot. But like Bud doing like a pull counter, like pulling back and getting his head off the line, and then throw something back like how Danny land. That's what I think setting up. And once Spence get hit, I could see the referee having to get in between it because he gonna start punching him around like a rag doll.
Hey fellas, we've been over here for about 2.5 hours, man. We're about to wrap the show up. Closing thoughts. I'm going out to you first, Bo. Go ahead, bro.
Hey, another great show as always, E, man. I appreciate everybody on the panel giving they breakdown of the fights and stuff like that, man. Beat Mac, man. Always gonna catch you around, bro. And everybody
Yes,
on the Mosquito Spray, J Mac. See you on the morning show. And T's Boxing Spot, man. Salute, bro.
Right back at you, bro.
Closing thoughts, man. Going out to J Mac. Go ahead, bro.
Hey man, shout out to all you brothers, man. I love all game boxing. I like debating boxing. As you can see, I can actually break down boxing and break down styles. I like that part of it. I think we didn't got away from it, and I respect T Boxing Spot. He real educated. We got similar beliefs. Some of the points he just spoke on. I say it all the time, like the Adrian Broner and Boost thing. Like people don't even understand why they're comparable, but I got his opinion. I like how B Mac energy is. I would think Bo I done heard a few times, and E Thriller. I know you've been tearing it up on YouTube with your consistency. Hey, shout out to you, brothers. And I'm gonna keep chiming in every time I see it.
Appreciate that, bro. Hey, yo, T Boxing Spot. It's on you, bro. Closing thoughts.
Hey man, you know it's always a good thing, man, when we can get black brothers in the same place doing something positive without having to be forced. So I'm all for it.
No doubt.
Great boxing talk. You know, great analytics, man. You know, And I appreciate us being able to be mature, even if we disagree. We're respectful in our rebuttals, and it's always a pleasure, man, to be in here. And and to the rest of the panel, man, I appreciate you guys a lot for letting me come on here with you.
Yes, sir. Anytime. Mosquito spray, big bro. Closing thoughts.
Appreciate you having me on again. It's good chopping up with you fellas, man, and talking this boxing stuff that you all love, and hopefully the right people do the right thing so we can get the fights we want, and we had better discussion than what we're having about this Earl Spence mess. But we got to keep the pressure on him, man. These aerosexuals, man. Get them in that ring.
God damn.
Got to keep it on.
Urban dictionary.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Mosquito Spray. Hey, B-Mac, man, it's on you, bro. Closing thoughts.
Hey, man, I appreciate everybody, man, that's on the panel. Mosquito Spray, J-Mac, Bowl, my man, Big Fish, man. Everybody in the chat, man. One love to everybody, man. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe. Hit that button, man. I appreciate you, Big E Thriller, my brother. Ain't nothing but love, man. Hope you and the family all stay loved, man. All the warm wishes to me. I appreciate it, man. No doubt, man. Everybody was lovely today. My man T's Boxing Spot, as usual. You know what I'm saying? Y'all keep it love, man. I appreciate all of y'all, man. Thank you, man. And y'all peace out.
Appreciate that, B-Mac. Shout out to my boy D-Town Blaster for that $5 super chat, man. He wanted. Yeah, man, I appreciate you in on the panel, bro. Shout out to everybody in on the chat. If you haven't done so already, please hit that like button so we can get these post notifications out there on YouTube, because they be hating on my channel. But once again, as always, fellas, it's my pleasure to have everybody on. Until next time, we gone. Holla.
Peace.
The Black Picasso cleaning up the sport of boxing, speaking facts over the gossip. Haters all up in the comments. I ain't here to be liked, but smash that like and noti button. We don't sugarcoat nothing, just healthy boxing discussions. Thriller, painting these pictures oh so vivid. Applying Duke, Coach K, that straight full court pressure. Only God could judge me, so tell these chumps ducking smoke. Remember one thing that the boxing guys don't like: ugly. Shut out Big Fish and everybody that joins the panel. For all my new supporters, sub to the channel. Like Floyd say, it's easy work. That bait jab with that left hook send them straight to sleep. Experts, we the experts. We never sugarcoat. Tune in to Black Picasso. Sit back, enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.